Chapter 121. Two Great Achievements. Rumble, rumble, after a series of explosions. The Sakura people who were worshipping inside were all turned into ashes. Sakura immediately activated a full emergency mode, and air raid sirens sounded. In the end, more than 80% of Yangzia's missiles hit their targets, with only about 20% being intercepted by Sakura. This round of salvo completely destroyed Sakura's important military bases, military factories, and military research institutes. If Sakura wants to recover in a short period of time, they basically cannot do it without external support. Tanabe Kameo, hiding hundreds of meters underground, and his high-level officials, were all watching the strike situation in various places on the big screen. Tanabe Kameo knelt in front of the screen, shouting heart-wrenchingly. Ah! Baga! Why is this happening? Why doesn't America help us intercept those missiles? Ah, damn it! On the other side, dozens of India's Agni V missiles had not flown far before their trajectory was calculated. Then, they were immediately intercepted by Yangzia's faster new interceptor missiles. India's high-level officials stared wide-eyed in disbelief at the radar screen, at their proud Agni V missiles. The intercontinental missiles, which ranked among the best in the world, were completely intercepted, with none hitting their targets. Their former blind confidence was being shattered. How is this possible? How can there be such a powerful interception weapon in the world? Could it be the White Bear country's S-500 air defense system? Even the S-500 interceptor missiles cannot intercept all of our Agni V missiles. What exactly is going on? The high-level officials in India's northern military strategic base exclaimed. At this moment, in the highest office in Yanjing, bursts of applause erupted. These two great feats had just shocked the world. Chen Yu sat in his office. On his retina, satellite images of Sakura being bombed and India's missiles being intercepted were being played. Ha ha ha, good! Chen Yu said with joy. Ha ha ha, we have no worries now. This time, we will make them pay the price they deserve. General CAO, we are really grateful to Huanyu Technology this time. Since we no longer need to find a cure for the virus, let's do something big. The captain of the Fujian ship suggested. Cao Guangde, looking towards the west coast through the command room glass, had a murderous look in his eyes. Okay, they must pay the price for what they have done. Pass down my order, full speed ahead. Yes, sir. In the White House Strategic Command Center, Harrison sat dejectedly in his luxurious chair, surrounded by a circle of high-level officials with extremely solemn expressions. Harrison sighed and said. Tell me, what should we do now? Yangzia has the support of the White Bear in the rear, Sakura in the east has just been crippled, the Bangzi are even more useless, and South Asia is just a bunch of ants that cannot cause any trouble for Yangzia. Even India did not gain any advantage this time. We were really careless to let them develop to such a high level. Moreover, according to the satellite images, Yangzia's 3 aircraft carrier groups will arrive today. How should we respond? Schneider stood up, frowning deeply, and said. I think they dare not do anything to us. After all, before they get the cure for the gene virus, they will definitely not attack. We can take the opportunity to delay time and renegotiate the offensive strategic matters with our allies in the North Alliance. As long as we drag out the time, those viruses will lead them to their own destruction. Schneider's strategy can be described as vicious. But Schneider's proposal was approved by the high-level officials. Little did they know that Chen Yu had already developed an antidote, and Schneider's suggestion could only be in vain. In the highest conference room in Yanjing, the chief picked up the dedicated line and dialed the highest office in Goryeo. The phone was quickly connected, and a hearty and respectful voice came from inside. Chief, what are your instructions? Chapter 122. The chief smiled kindly. Ha ha ha, little Jin, thank you for intercepting so many Korean missiles for us yesterday. Jin Zheng said with shame. Hee, Chief, you flatter me. Our interception technology is not mature. Even if we do nothing, Yangzia's anti-missile system can handle those Korean missiles. Haha, little Jin, no need to be modest. At least you have made your attitude clear. Now the United States has been completely driven out of Asia by my Yangzia. You can take action. This was what Jin Zheng liked to hear the most. It was a major event that his ancestors had wanted to accomplish. Now, the big brother Yangzia has finally spoken up to support them. With Yangzia's backing, Jin Zheng had no worries. Chief, I am extremely grateful to you. When I complete the great undertaking, I will definitely come to Yanjing to thank you in person. Alright, go ahead and do it. This is also your father's wish. Yes, Chief. The chief put down the dedicated line, ending the call with the supreme leader of Goryeo, and then revealed a smile. Yesterday, it wasn't just the Sakura country that launched missiles at Yangzia. Now, Yangzia will definitely avenge any grudges. The Koreans also took action yesterday, so they must not be spared. However, Yangzia and Goryeo are strategic partners. And Goryeo is, YXN, to recover the Korean peninsula, just from a military strength point of view. Goryeo is actually stronger than the Korean peninsula, but before, the United States supported the Korean peninsula. Goryeo did not dare to go south. Now, the United States has been driven out of Asia by Yangzia. As long as they get the support of Yangzia's boss, Goryeo can immediately go south and take back the land that belongs to them. And this time, the chief gave Goryeo enough confidence. The Korean peninsula is estimated to cease to exist next. Just as Yangzia finished dealing with these petty villains. 3 Yangzia aircraft carrier battle groups finally arrived in the territorial waters off the west coast of the United States. Continuing forward, you can see Los Angeles, the second largest city in the United States. Of course, the United States dispatched its own maritime defense fleet to drive away and intercept them. And united with the mainstream media in Europe to heavily condemn Yangzia. Saying that Yangzia is a naked aggression, a real imperialist country, and even wants to invade the peace-loving United States. Suddenly, international public opinion was one-sided, all condemning Yangzia. Why should it invade other people's territorial waters? In order to get these oil, the United States casually found a reason to send troops to Iraq. And now, Yangzia suspects that the United States has genetic virus weapons, which is basically a fact, not just an excuse to go to war. The whole world saw that Yangzia officials officially announced that they suspected the United States of having large-scale genetic virus weapons. Suddenly, it caused a public opinion climax. Some Europeans who have been brainwashed by the United States for many years believe that the United States is a country with sweet air. How could it do such a thing? Without distinguishing between right and wrong, they accused Yangzia of being a barbaric country. And some countries that have been oppressed by the United States. Their people did not hesitate to condemn the United States for manufacturing such terrible weapons as genetic viruses. These countries strongly support Yangzia's actions. Anyway, the public opinion is that each has its own reasons, and some countries have their own supporters. Hundreds of Yangzia warships are parked in the waters off the west coast of the United States, looking at Los Angeles, the second largest city in the United States, from a distance. There is a posture of preparing to fire at any time, scaring the U.S. Maritime Defense Fleet to tremble. On the Fujian aircraft carrier, the captain asked CAO Guang for instructions. General, we have arrived in the territorial waters off the west coast of the United States. May I ask for the next instructions? CAO Guang looked at the 20 or 30 U.S. maritime defense fleets in front of him and chuckled. Ignore them, immediately lock on important military targets on the west coast of the United States, and give me a volley first. Now that the virus antidote is available, CAO Guang can let go and do a big job on the U.S. mainland, first bombarding them in a circle. Okay, General CAO, I will order the launch of missiles. Subsequently, CAO Guang's order was directly issued to dozens of Yangzia destroyers, and the missile launch well covers automatically opened. Inside are Yangzia-made Eagle Strike 21 cruise missiles, which are powerful and have a maximum speed of Mach 6. Although the speed is not fast, the effect is still very good for attacking ground or sea targets at close range. General CAO, the missiles are ready and have locked on U.S. military bases on the west coast and important U.S. military factories. Okay, launch them. CAO Guang glared at the direction of the west coast, and shouted angrily with a hateful expression. Chirp, chirp, chirp. Hiss, hiss, hiss. Boom, boom, boom. One missile after another, with long tail flames, shot into the sky and shot towards the U.S. mainland. This is the first time in history that the U.S. mainland has been attacked by another country. This is a groundbreaking event for the whole world. Chapter 123. These Yangzia missiles are short-range and will hit their targets quickly. Of course, the United States isn't a pushover either. Their interception systems began operating the moment Yangzia launched its missiles. Far away in Washington D.C.'s White House Situation Room. Harrison exclaimed as he watched the real-time footage transmitted by satellite. What? Has Yangzia gone mad? They actually dared to launch missiles at our homeland. Schneider looked at the satellite images, his face filled with shock. He had previously argued that Yangzia wouldn't dare to attack, as they still needed the United States to provide a cure for the virus. Now he was being slapped in the face. Yangzia launched missiles without saying a word. This was not a negotiation, this was an invasion. You all need to think of a solution quickly. If those missiles actually land on American soil, it will inevitably cause massive casualties. Harris almost screamed. But the high-ranking officials present were all too shocked to speak. As Secretary of Defense, Schneider immediately ordered missile interception. However, Yangzia launched too many missiles this time, nearly 200 to 300. Even if their interceptor missiles could take down some of them, they couldn't intercept all of them. This is the common weakness of all defense interception systems in the world today. Once the enemy unleashes a barrage, no matter how powerful your interception system is, it can't achieve 100% interception. Rumble. The western coast of the United States was rocked by thunderous explosions in the sky. Those were Yangzia's missiles being intercepted, but still, more than half of the missiles accurately headed towards their locked targets. Rumble. Rumble. Various military bases and weapons factories in California, USA, were bombed to varying degrees. The F-22 and F-35 stealth fighters that the United States was so proud of, parked at the military bases. As well as the B-2 bombers, each costing up to $1 billion. Were blown beyond recognition by Yangzia's missiles before they could even take off. With just that one volley, the United States lost at least hundreds of billions of dollars, and the American soldiers in the bases suffered heavy casualties. Inside the White House Situation Room, all the American high-ranking officials were watching the satellite footage of the bases being bombed. This is an invasion. This is an act of war against us. Schneider roared. He pointed the finger at Yangzia, but he didn't seem to think that yesterday, when they joined forces with many countries to launch missiles at Yangzia, that wasn't an act of war. The crazed Rogers immediately suggested. We can't just watch Yangzia's missiles hit our land one by one. We must retaliate. We must send fighters from Area 51 military base to destroy Yangzia's fleet. Rogers's proposal was immediately approved by the U.S. congressional representatives and various high-ranking officials. Thus, at Area 51 military base in the central United States, the American fifth-generation stealth fighters could deceive Yangzia's aircraft carrier radar, but they couldn't deceive Huan Technology's bullet. Just as the American F-22 fighters flew within a few hundred kilometers of Yangzia's aircraft carrier group, 10 bullet combat aircraft on the Fu aircraft carrier automatically took off. They rushed towards those fighters at an extremely fast speed. Cao Guang knew what they were going to do when he saw the bullets taking off automatically. Ha ha ha, America is going to suffer again. Cao Guang laughed. Sure enough, the bullets quickly approached the American fifth-generation fighters at a speed of Mach 30. Then, in an overwhelming manner, they destroyed all of the American stealth fighters. Not a single one of those stealth fighters could get within 100 kilometers of Yangzia's aircraft carrier. Inside the White House Situation Room, the American high-ranking officials once again fell into despair. This feeling was no different from when Chen Yu of Huan Technology had personally taken action. Why? Why are we still being devastated even without Huan Technology taking action? Harrison raged. Schneider was speechless at this moment. The American military power that once dominated the world mostly came from aircraft carrier battle groups, fifth-generation stealth fighters, and intercontinental missiles that could strike anywhere in the world. Now, all three of these were ineffective against Yangzia, while they could rush to your homeland and attack you. Could they use nuclear weapons? Among the few nuclear-armed countries in the world, nuclear weapons are used as a deterrent. No one dares to actually use them on the battlefield. Once nuclear weapons are used, it's basically a fight to the death, and may even trigger attacks from other nuclear-armed countries. Rogers, the crazed warmonger, was now slumped in his chair, also without any good ideas. The space-based weapons he had built using alien technology had also been destroyed by Chen Yu's spacecraft. And his gene-modified warriors were no different from ordinary people in the face of aircraft carrier missiles. What could he use to fight against Yangzia now? Just as they were discussing what to do in the White House Situation Room, Yangzia's second round of missile strikes began. The American high-ranking officials watched helplessly as the military bases in the western and even central parts of the United States on the radar screen were attacked by Yangtze's missiles. Although the United States could intercept some of the missiles, most of them still landed on important targets on their own soil. This round of strikes almost crippled half of America. Finally, Harrison urgently contacted the highest levels of Yangtze in Yanjing, hoping to jointly research a cure for the virus with Yangtze. This was tantamount to admitting that the viruses were created by the United States. But Yangtze directly refused because they had already found a cure for the virus. This shocked Harrison. In the end, after the United States agreed to a series of compensation terms proposed by Yangtze, Yangtze's highest levels ordered Cao Guang's 3 aircraft carrier battle groups to stop. Subsequently, the United States announced to the world that they would publicly apologize to Yangtze and pay more than $3 trillion in cash. They also signed the Trans-Pacific Security Agreement with Yangtze, permanently prohibiting the American fleet from setting foot in the Pacific Ocean, and this area could only be roamed by the Yangtze Navy. As for the American military base in Hawaii, which was closest to Asia, it was directly removed, and it could only be used as a tourist destination. As soon as this treaty came out, it directly restricted the remaining American fleet to within their territorial waters. It would be almost impossible to cause any more trouble in the future. Chen Yu looked at the headlines on the international news and sighed. The United States had truly been defeated this time, but Chen Yu was not so soft-hearted. He personally developed the antidote to this gene virus, and he knew the ruthlessness of this virus best. This was simply a rhythm to exterminate a race, so Chen Yu did not intend to let the United States off so easily. Intelligent brain, let Mothership 1 land on Earth. I'm laying my cards on the table. I want to rule the world. Okay, Captain. Chapter 124. The number 1 mothership slowly sailed out of the Homeworld-class spaceship in space and descended towards the global technology park on Earth. This time, the number 1 mothership did not use optical stealth mode. The number 1 mothership is 1.2 kilometers long and more than 800 meters wide. It is simply a behemoth. Although it cannot be compared with the Homeworld-class spaceship docked in the spaceport, it is enough to shock humans. People in the villages surrounding the global technology park looked incredulously at the huge spaceship descending from the sky. The children in the village shouted excitedly, "Alien spaceship! Alien spaceship! Hey, these kids are right!" The number 1 mothership landed on the huge apron of the global technology park. Chen Yu stepped onto this 7th-level civilization's alien spaceship. He is about to start the conquest of Earth mode. In another 8 or 9 months, the aliens will come. In order to prevent Earth from causing any more trouble, Chen Yu is determined to unify and manage Earth. In the command room of the number 1 mothership, Chen Yu comfortably lay on the adaptive seat. Let's go. Let's first teach a lesson to the countries that have bullied my Yangtze. First is the Sakura country. The number 1 mothership slowly lifted off. Now Chen Yu has no need to hide at all. Just as the number 1 mothership was on its way to the Sakura country, Chen Yu received a call from Su Chongqing, the Minister of National Defense. "Chen Yu, the people have photographed your technology park, and a huge spaceship has taken off. Is that newly built by you? It's incredible. Because there are radar jammers on the space station built by Chen Yu. Military spy satellites from various countries cannot photograph the situation there. So I don't know that Chen Yu also built a Homeworld-class spaceship that is more than 10 kilometers long in space, let alone his number 1 mothership. Minister Su, I'm going to the Sakura country now. Just watch what I'm going to do next, don't worry about it. By the way, I will need you to help manage the Earth at that time." Su Chongqing didn't dare to think about it. He only thought that Chen Yu was joking. After chatting with Su Chongqing casually, Chen Yu hung up the phone. And the number 1 mothership also flew over the Sakura country. Chen Yu controlled the number 1 mothership to fly at ultra-low altitude. A spaceship more than 1 kilometer long flying at low altitude is simply frightening. The shock was unparalleled. The ground below the spaceship was covered by the sunlight, just like night. The first place the number 1 mothership arrived at was Kyoto, the capital of the Sakura country. The appearance of a huge spaceship in the sky over Kyoto has instantly spread throughout the world. The Sakura country's media is broadcasting live to the world what they are encountering in Kyoto. Now the senior officials of various countries are watching the alien science fiction and the huge, boundless metal monster on TV, just lying across the sky above Kyoto. It's just like the shock when the alien spaceship in District 9 landed in the science fiction movie. Sakura Country Prime Minister Tanabe Kameo, and his cabinet officials, were on the balcony of the Prime Minister's official residence, looking at the terrifying behemoth in the sky. Nanny! What the hell is this? Are alien spaceships invading Earth? Tanabe Kameo looked at this scene in the sky in fear. The Sakura country, which had just been beaten to pieces by Yangzia, is now encountering this kind of thing again. However, the chief of staff next to him was very excited. Your Excellency Kameo, this is an alien spaceship, it must be an alien spaceship. Look, it doesn't have any propulsion device, but it can hover in the air. Earth doesn't have this technology at all. Only aliens can do it. We must please them. The aliens have now landed on our land, they must think we are the most outstanding nation on Earth. If we can cooperate with the aliens, we can take revenge on Yangzia, wouldn't it be easy? We can even defeat the United States. Our Sakura will be the strongest country in the world. If Chen Yu were at the scene and heard Sakura's chief of staff have such an idea, he would laugh until his stomach hurt. Tanabe Kameo's eyes widened instantly, and his expression changed from horror to excitement. So he immediately ordered. Yes, 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 Sodis Le. The chief of staff is right. Immediately send a negotiating team to the bottom of the spaceship to have friendly exchanges with them. We must make the aliens feel our sincerity. Chen Yu stood in the command room of the number 1 mothership, looking at everything in Tokyo through the glass. Oh, this place is really prosperous. I wonder how many teachers live here. It's a pity to die like this, but who told you to be Sakura country people? As a patriotic Yangzia person, Chen Yu will never forget the history of Sakura's treatment of Yangzia. Today, let me send you on your way, but in order to have women who specialize in special industries in my base in the future, let's leave you some population. Brain, launch a gravity bomb later to make all the Sakura country territory except Hokkaido Island disappear. By the way, immediately broadcast all of this to the world's smart terminals. I have a few words to say to all mankind. Okay, Captain. Captain, the live broadcast has started, the camera is directly in front of you. Chen Yu cleared his throat and showed a smile towards the front. At this moment, all smart terminals in the world, including televisions, computer monitors, smartphones, tablets, and large screens outside shopping malls, all forcibly started playing Chen Yu's picture. In Yanjing, the chief looked at Chen Yu on the TV, standing in a science fiction background, looking like he was inside a spaceship. Chen Yu smiled in the video and said, "Hello, humans of Earth, I am Chen Yu. You may know or have heard my name. That's right, Yangzia's Global Technology is my company." Chen Yu's speech in the video was translated into various languages by the intelligent brain, and people all over the world could understand it. At least more than 7 billion people around the world are watching Chen Yu's live video, because their mobile phones will be forced to play it and they have to watch it. Everyone took out their phones and felt shocked. Why did everyone's phones suddenly play a video at the same time that couldn't be turned off? Chen Yu continued in the video. Everyone is curious, why is your phone, or your TV, playing my picture? Because I am going to do a big thing today. Everyone sees below, it is Kyoto, the capital of the Sakura country. Today, I am here to destroy this place. In order to let everyone see my strength, I broadcast it to the world. The intelligent brain knows how to switch live broadcasts very well, and the picture suddenly switches to the outside. People all over the world saw a huge alien spaceship parked in the sky above Kyoto. Then the picture switched back to the spaceship command room where Chen Yu was. Presumably everyone has seen it just now. This is my spaceship, a spaceship from a higher civilization in the universe. The technology on it is something that Earth can't even imagine. I want to tell everyone that our Earth is not the only one in the universe. Our Earth is very small and fragile. In front of aliens, our Earth is even vulnerable. By the way, next I want to tell people all over the world a very heavy fact. Chapter 125. The truth is, our Earth has already been targeted by aliens. In the near future, probably less than 9 months from now, an alien fleet will arrive here to colonize you, enslave you, and even kill you. Chen Yu's words shocked everyone in the world, and they stared at the screen in disbelief. Many people still didn't believe what Chen Yu said. After all, Earth scientists had never discovered aliens. But seeing Chen Yu's huge spaceship, its appearance was very different from Earth's aircraft and airplanes. They had never even seen such an advanced spaceship. This couldn't help but make people believe, could it be that Earth is really not the only planet with life in the universe? Some thick-lipped Americans were already gloating. Because the aliens were coming, and humanity might be destroyed, they could enjoy free shopping to their heart's content. At this moment, the top leaders of major countries around the world were shocked after learning this information. In Yanjing, the chief and several cabinet leaders were watching Chen Yu's video. Li Zhenfeng asked in surprise. "Chief, is what Chen Yu said true? Yeah, are there really aliens?" Su Chongqing also asked. The chief took a sip of tea and said, "We were able to discover the wreckage of a spaceship left by aliens 10,000 years ago, which proves that in addition to us humans, there are alien civilizations in the universe, and they are countless times more advanced than us." Li Zhenfeng and Su Chongqing both nodded. On the other side, in America, Harrison and a group of American senior officials were also watching the live broadcast. But their mood was as uncomfortable as if they had eaten a dead fly. Because the strength Chen Yu showed had exceeded their imagination and was even beyond their reach. What to do? Chen Yu has such a powerful spaceship, and it's a complete alien spaceship. What if he comes to make trouble for us? Harrison asked anxiously, but she misunderstood the focus of Chen Yu's words. Chen Yu said that the aliens were coming, which was the main point of the live broadcast to the world. Schneider reminded. "Madam Harrison, we should be worried about the aliens Chen Yu mentioned. He said that in less than 9 months, an alien fleet will arrive on Earth and may invade our Earth. Then what should we do?" Suddenly, everyone fell silent. Chen Yu's live broadcast continued, and he continued to say in the video. "Today, my first stop is Sakura country. People all over the world, you all know what Sakura country has done in the past, and recently they even publicly tore up the peace treaty and attacked my Yangzia. Therefore, I announce today that Sakura country will disappear from now on." Then the spaceship began to rise slowly, and the live broadcast screen also changed. Mothership number 1 instantly came to space. "Release a gravity bomb. I've long felt that this reptile is out of place on the map." "Okay, Captain, the gravity bomb is ready, launch." Then, a bomb with a diameter of 2 or 3 meters and a sci-fi shape fell from Mothership number 1. The principle of this gravity bomb is to use the technology of level 7 civilization to develop a weapon that can create extreme gravity. It can instantly destroy a large area of targets, causing them to collapse into a high-density object. The advanced form of this gravity bomb can collapse a planet and then destroy the planet. Level 7 civilization can even use it to create artificial black holes. It's just that the technology content of that kind of gravity weapon is higher. A small gravity bomb is enough to deal with Sakura, such a small place. The global live broadcast screen showed a bomb being dropped towards Sakura country. The brain's live broadcast screen was like having eyes, following the bomb all the way down. Until the bomb landed on Sakura country's mainland. Suddenly, the bomb began to react, and a black hole vortex formed, devouring everything around it. Humans all over the world were stunned. Was this a sci-fi movie or reality? The camera slowly zoomed out, and the black hole became bigger and bigger. Tanabe Kameo and his group of Sakura country's senior officials watched as Kyoto was shrouded in a huge black hole. "Nani? What is this? It's terrible." At this moment, the Sakura people in Kyoto were staring blankly at the black hole getting bigger and bigger, like the bloody mouth of a prehistoric beast. It devoured everything, and all human beings in the world were watching this terrible scene with their own eyes. Tanabe Kameo watched the black hole approaching him, and then sucked himself into it. This world no longer has this person, and his body has become a kind of element. In just 10 minutes, the entire Sakura Island, except for Hokkaido Island, was swallowed up and permanently sank to the bottom of the sea. The sea level gradually returned to calm, and the live broadcast continued. Just now, the world saw an epic disaster, but this disaster was artificially controlled. A country with hundreds of millions of people and an area of more than 300,000 square kilometers was erased from the world in this way. At this moment, the humans watching the video were all wide-eyed and unbelievable. The senior officials of various countries were all silent. Several countries in the European Union urgently called Yanjing, requesting forgiveness for launching missiles yesterday. England, France, Germany, etc., were already scared shitless. If they were hit by such a bomb, it is estimated that they would end up like this, and Europe would no longer exist. Yanjing. "Chief, several major European countries want to talk to you, what do you think?" Su Chongqing said to the chief with several communicators. The chief's mouth turned up and said, "Humph, now you know you're afraid? It's too late, we can't do anything, let's see what Chen Yu wants to do." Su Chongqing handed over the communicator and refused to talk to these countries. This made those European powers terrified. But the most frightened was America. What to do now? What to do? Chen Yu is a devil. He just eliminated hundreds of millions of people. He eliminated a country. We have offended him so much. Will he eliminate us too? Harrison roared in a trembling voice. The American senior officials sitting at the round table were already numb and completely frightened. They used to be high above, pointing fingers at the country and deciding the life and death of others, but now their lives are already in Chen Yu's hands. Schneider stood up, almost falling because his legs were too weak, and said, I suggest that we run away, run to a country that has no conflict with Yangtze. According to Chen Yu's character, he will definitely not let us go. Schneider's words immediately reminded everyone. However, some patriotic officials immediately stood up and scolded. Nonsense, America is such an excellent country, how can there be scum like you who run away when you fail? What about so many Americans? Chapter 126. Schneider was ashamed and felt utterly humiliated. As one of the top officials in the United States, he was embarrassed to hold such thoughts. He felt a pang of guilt. However, he knew many officials, especially those representatives in Congress, shared similar views. They were the spokespeople for powerful capital. Capitalists were afraid of death and only sought profit, their loyalty to the country was non-existent. Chen Yu's live broadcast ended, but people all over the world were still staring at the screen, holding their phones, unable to recover for a long time. At this moment, Chen Yu was aboard the No. 1 mothership, heading towards the United States. This was the real culprit, the mastermind behind the attempt to eliminate the Yangtze nation. Just as the American high-level officials were preparing to flee collectively, the White House was already shrouded in darkness. Chen Yu's No. 1 mothership had arrived above them. Just moments ago, he was above the wreckage of Sakura country, and in the blink of an eye, he had arrived in the United States on the other side of the Earth. This speed was beyond the capabilities of Earth's technology. Just as Harrison and a group of American high-level officials were preparing to evacuate, a group of guards rushed into the conference room and shouted. He's here! He's here! Chen Yu is here! He's here, right above us! Harrison, Schneider, Rogers, and other American high-level officials were all terrified. They felt their legs go weak, fearing that they would be swallowed by the endless black hole at any moment. Just then, a deafening shout rang out outside. I am Chen Yu, friends of the United States, please come out, I have something to say to you. This was a broadcast from the No. 1 mothership, the sound so loud that it almost shattered their eardrums. Ms. Harrison, what do we do now? Schneider asked. Harrison was already panicking. No matter what, she was just a woman, and she was terrified in the face of such a situation. Finally, after a unanimous decision, these high-level officials collectively came to the lawn in front of the White House, because they simply couldn't escape. They could only come out and negotiate with Chen Yu, perhaps relying on the United States' powerful financial resources. As long as the compensation was sufficient, perhaps their lives could be spared. The group came to the lawn, looked up, and saw the behemoth suspended in the sky. Many people were so frightened that their legs went weak and they collapsed to the ground. Rogers stared incredulously at the No. 1 mothership in the sky. He had studied alien wreckage for so many years. He had never seen such a large, such a sci-fi spaceship. He could tell at a glance that it was not the same type as the alien civilizations he had studied. At the exit, a beam of white light fell, and Chen Yu slowly descended from the white light to the ground. This was for Chen Yu to show off. It allowed Chen Yu to float in the air and land on the ground, making him look very impressive. The white light dissipated, and Chen Yu's figure appeared in front of the many American high-level officials. Seeing this killing god, some American high-level officials instinctively retreated. However, there were still some fearless military high-level officials who drew the guns from their waists. With the idea of perishing together with Chen Yu, they raised their guns and pulled the trigger towards Chen Yu. However, in the next moment, a beam of laser instantly shot out from a laser launch port below the No. 1 mothership. The officer who took the gun was hit instantly and turned into a pile of flying ash, leaving nothing behind. Chen Yu looked at the pile of ashes and smiled playfully. Ha ha ha, it seems that there is still some bloodiness in you Americans. Is there anyone else who wants to shoot me now? Stand up. Immediately, those few fearless military officers originally wanted to draw their guns and shoot Chen Yu first. Now seeing the death of their companion, it was really a bit scary, simply reduced to ashes, and they could still smell a burnt smell. They were afraid, the hands holding the guns were shaking, should they shoot or not? They were afraid that once they fired, they would instantly turn into flying ash. Chen Yu saw those few officers and showed a sneer. You are the ones who want to kill me, right? Then now I will let you see what is a higher life form of human beings. Chen Yu raised his hand, and a flame actually appeared in his palm. The American high-level officials who saw this scene were all shocked and couldn't close their mouths. How could flames appear out of thin air in Chen Yu's hand? Is this some kind of high-tech glove? This was the means of releasing Ming energy that Chen Yu had recently comprehended after absorbing cosmic Ming energy and breaking through to the interstellar Tier 2 life form. When cosmic Ming energy is released, it can produce huge energy, which is quite powerful for attacking. You Americans, this kind of lowly human beings, actually tried to eliminate my Yangzia, this higher race. Today I am here to seek justice. Chen Yu waved his hand, and several blue light balls suddenly appeared in his hand. The light balls shot out, heading straight for the American military officers who were touching their guns. In an instant, the light balls hit several people, and as expected, the effect was similar to being hit by a laser gun. The bodies of several people quickly burst into flames, and without even a cry of agony, they became a pile of scorched particles. The American high-level officials on the scene exclaimed, immediately dodging those particles, staying far away, fearing that if they touched one, they would turn into the same miserable state. Rogers stared at this scene in shock. What kind of power is this? Is this the power that humans can possess? He has been studying genetic modification for many years and knows some secrets of modified people. Could Chen Yu be the perfect genetically modified person? Rogers' expression became fiery. He is a mad scientist. He wants to research a big killer to rule the world in his life, but now it is obvious that others are ahead of him. After deterring everyone, Chen Yu said, You Americans are really unscrupulous, you can even think of that kind of despicable means. I want to know, who are the people involved in this mission? Who can tell me? Harrison looked at Chen Yu warily, and everyone remained silent. Don't want to say? Then all of you go to hell. After Chen Yu finished speaking, he was about to wave his hand, but these American high-level officials were all weaklings, and they all confessed after being scared. Several high-level officials chattered non-stop. Chen Yu roughly understood. The biological weapon was manufactured by the Gene Weapon Research Institute, and the dean there is Saurus. The Research Institute is a subordinate department of the Ministry of Science and Technology Rogers, and it was also a plan that he once strongly supported. The final decision to use it was jointly discussed and executed by Schneider, Rogers, Harrison, and others. Okay, I know. Those who participated in this biochemical weapon research and execution will be punished. Also, there is no need for you Americans to exist anymore. As soon as Chen Yu said this, all the American high-level officials present were terrified. Chen Yu coughed and explained. I said the wrong thing just now, what I mean is. Chapter 127. Chen Yu's words sent shivers down the spines of the American high-level officials. I misspoke just now. What I meant was that the name America doesn't need to exist anymore. From now on, this place will be my, Chen Yu's, colony. Those involved in the biochemical gene weapon incident will be judged by the whole world. Chen Yu wouldn't just solve them like that. Those American high-level officials must be condemned by the whole world before they kick the bucket. After Chen Yu finished speaking, he waved his hand. From the number 1 mothership, densely packed, as many as 1,000 simulated robots jumped from the hatch. From a height of 100 meters, they landed steadily, even smashing large pits in the ground. Without exception, these simulated robots all had the faces of Yangzia people. My robots, go occupy the White House and establish a new power structure. The Congress, the Parliament, the military, all of them will cease to exist. Each state will no longer have a governor. Here, I have the final say. Also, arrest all these high officials, then collect evidence of their deployment of biochemical weapons, and publicly pronounce their judgment to the world. After Chen Yu finished speaking, the simulated robots swarmed forward and arrested all the American high-level officials. All right, it's time for me to leave. I'll leave this place to you. The simulated robots all nodded to Chen Yu. A beam of light lit up below the hatch of the number 1 mothership. Chen Yu retreated into the beam of light, and then his body slowly rose. It was as if a god was returning to the upper realm, simply awesome. The American high-level officials below all looked ashen. Their fate was basically to wait for death after being sentenced. Chen Yu left 3 escort ships to help the 1,000-plus simulated robots rule this place, and to eliminate any remaining resistance. Chen Yu boarded the number 1 mothership and sent out several escort ships to Europe to destroy all military facilities and bases of those countries that attacked Yangtze yesterday. After returning to the Huanyu Technology Park, Chen Yu instructed the intelligent brain to handle the evening press conference. That night, Huanyu Technology Park issued a notice to the world. The North American continent will henceforth belong to Huanyu Technology. The resources and land there are the private property of Huanyu Technology. The former people there will no longer enjoy high social benefits. Everyone must work to exchange for basic survival materials. Those who do not work will be physically eliminated. Then, the whole world will form a new Earth Federation, with Yangtze as the leading country and White Bear Country and Goryeo Country as permanent directors. All other countries must periodically report their national management situation to Yangtze. The world's currency will be unified as Yangtze currency. A global unified financial organization and currency issuing institution will be established. The total national property of all countries will be re-evaluated and linked to productivity, eliminating the former US dollar hegemony. The global common language will be immediately changed to Chinese. Any country that refuses to comply will be physically erased. Sakura country is an example, and there is no room for negotiation. Strong, incomparably strong, Chen Yu wanted to use this strong method to unite the whole world. With the arrival of aliens in the near future and the threat of the solar crisis in the distant future, Earth is actually very dangerous. If they still don't twist into a rope, let alone the arrival of the solar crisis, even without the solar crisis, humans will kill each other. As soon as this notice issued by Huanyu Technology to the world came out, basically all 8 billion people on Earth were shocked. They woke up from a nap. Hey! The Earth is unified. Not only that, within a day, one country sank, and another country was colonized. The most powerful country in the world completely disappeared into the long river of history. They even used the Yangtze language to publish it. It seems they are indeed afraid and can't wait to prove their loyalty. Just as the global situation was undergoing earth-shattering changes, the most miserable thing was a garbage fleet composed of 20 or 30 ships. More than half of them were fishing boats, and the warships were at most dilapidated Coast Guard ships. They were bewitched by America before and went north to find trouble with Yangtze. As a result, now Yangtze has unified the world. They were like being abandoned by the whole world. In the end, they were directly shouted back by the soldiers on the Yangtze maritime fleet with axes. The virus antidote and vaccine were quickly manufactured and put on the market. The antidote developed by Chen Yu was very effective and could take effect in 2 or 3 hours. Fortunately, the antidote drugs were researched in time, because the number of deaths from the virus infection was not high. And Huanyu Technology promised to compensate each person who died due to the gene virus with 1 million Yangtze coins. Of course, it was all paid for by America's former legacy. Early the next morning, Huanyu Technology Park welcomed important guests. The chief, along with the high-level officials of the cabinet, collectively came to Huanyu Technology Park to express their condolences to Chen Yu. Chen Yu gave the leaders enough face, and the welcoming ceremony was very adequate. All the employees of the entire Huanyu Technology participated in the welcoming ceremony. Suro, the current general manager of Huanyu Technology Company, has been shocked by Chen Yu's actions in the past few days. She still remembers a few months ago, when she first met Chen Yu, he was just a rich man who came to buy luxury cars and pretend to be forceful. Unexpectedly, in these short few months, Chen Yu has reached his current position. It is no exaggeration to say. If he wants to become the owner of the earth, it is just a matter of words. In the newly built Huanyu building in Huanyu Technology Park, the highest level of Yangtze, as well as the big shots who have business dealings with Chen Yu, have all come. The huge reception hall is decorated in an extremely sci-fi style, and in the middle is a holographic projection technology that is not available on Earth. It is playing the picture of a high mountain flowing waterfall, and you can even smell the smell of water flowing over the stones. Chen Yu shook hands with the big shots at the highest level of Yangtze one by one. At noon, Chen Yu arranged for all the leaders and business partners to come to the restaurant of the Huanyu Technology Building. The waiters and chefs here are all robots, although they are not real humans. But the dishes they make are absolutely not bad in taste, and can be compared with a 5-star chef. Chen Yu, of course, sat at the same table with the chief, Li Zhenfeng, Su Chongqing, Cao Guangde and other big shots. Chen Yu also invited his parents and sister over and sat at the main table together, which made them feel flattered. The big leaders who could only be seen on TV before were actually sitting at the same table with them to eat. Can you imagine that? Chen Yu also called Suro and Xiaoyuesha to the main table for dinner. These two women are the ones he is preparing to choose one to be his wife in the future. Of course, he can't neglect them. It would be even better if both of them agreed. Cao Guangde's daughter, Cao Yuxin, also came from Yanjing specially. When she saw Chen Yu, she had a different kind of emotion. Back then in Yanjing, it was Chen Yu who rescued her from the hands of the spies. Now, a few months have passed, and Chen Yu has grown to this point. She regretted it so much that she didn't stay in Zhongcheng. If she had stayed, she might have had a relationship with Chen Yu. Cao Guangde forcibly pulled his daughter to the main table to sit down, and she was very close to Chen Yu. Sima Zhao's intentions are well known. Chapter 128. Chen Jie, Suro, and Xiaoyuesha were all eating carefully, feeling quite nervous. They occasionally glanced at the powerful figures who they usually only saw on the news, making them feel out of place and even clumsy with their chopsticks. Noticing the three beautiful women beside Chen Yu seemed a bit restrained, the leader said kindly. Chen Yu, you haven't introduced these three yet. How about introducing them to us old folks? Chen Yu calmly began his introductions. Hehe, leader, this girl beside me is my sister. She's an actress, not very successful right now. This is Suro, she's quite remarkable. She's the CEO of my Huanyu Technology company. Considering her shares in Huanyu Technology, she's definitely the wealthiest woman in the world. And this is Xiaoyuesha, her father is the chairman of the Qunyi Group, my business partner. The three women felt embarrassed and carefully stood up to nod and greet the leader and the various ministers. Ha ha ha, sit down, sit down. No need to be so formal. This old man is very happy to meet you all today. The three women were even more flattered. This was the leader himself. Being friends with the leader was something they could brag about for 3 days straight. But if they were to say now that they were very close to Chen Yu, they could brag about it for a lifetime. At the dinner table, the tension brought on by their status slowly dissipated in the warm atmosphere, and everyone began to chat freely. Cao Yuxin felt a pang of discomfort seeing Chen Yu chatting and laughing with Suro and Xiaoyuesha. After Chen Yu saved her, she developed a strong liking for him, but for the sake of her career, she chose to return to Yanjing. Now, she regretted it immensely. She was certain that Chen Yu had also been interested in her back then, after all, she was a super beauty. Now, Chen Yu seemed to treat her as just a regular friend, someone he had merely saved. Cao Yuxin's regret was significant, but Gu Sisi, Chen Yu's ex-girlfriend, regretted even more. At that moment, Gu Sisi was watching the news broadcast from noon. Chen Yu was radiant, shaking hands with the leader and a series of incredibly important figures. Wow! I regret it so much. Why was I so blind to break up with you back then? Chen Yu, I still love you. I still love you. Can you hear me? Ah! Gu Sisi hugged the television, kissing the screen, nearly ruining it. Gu Sisi's mother entered the room and, seeing Gu Sisi kissing the television, scolded her angrily. You're such a fool. You were with Xiaoyu for 3 years. Why did you get so deluded and break up with him? If you hadn't broken up with Xiaoyu, would our family be so destitute now? Gu Sisi turned her head, glaring at her mother with resentment, and then hysterically yelled. It's all your fault, you old hag. If it weren't for your constant goading, would I have broken up with Chen Yu? You were the one who kept telling me he was poor, he was useless, he was a good for nothing, and that I should find someone rich. Now you're blaming me? I think you're the one who caused all of this. I'm going to kill you. Gu Sisi grabbed a nearby fruit knife and chased after her mother. Her mother took off running, even faster than Gu Sisi. Then, the two of them began fighting in the small, dilapidated house. Tragic, so tragic. Inside the Huanyu Technology Building's restaurant, Chen Yu remained calm and composed, chatting with the powerful figures about national affairs. Chen Jie, Suro, and Xiaoyuesha all rested their chins on their hands, gazing at the handsome Chen Yu with sparkling eyes. Wow, how can my brother be so handsome? With my brother as a reference, how am I ever going to find a boyfriend in the future? Sigh. Chen Jie sighed. Just then, several people holding wine glasses approached the main table, intending to offer a toast. But they were stopped by a group of black-suited bodyguards. After all, this table was not for ordinary people. Chen Yu clinked glasses with the two of them, drank the wine, and said, "Hehe, when my Huanya Motors was starting out, I also appreciate your support. Otherwise, I would have had to spend a long time just getting the vehicle manufacturing qualifications." As the three of them chatted and laughed, there were two people in the group offering toasts who were being timid and hesitant. Hiding in the back, nudging each other, a little afraid to come forward to offer a toast. Chen Yu looked over and recognized them. Wasn't that Wu Jiangguo, the mayor of Zhang City, and Zhao Wenbin, the mayor of Donghai City? Back then, the two of them were leading figures in the competition to have his Huanya Technology Park located in their cities. But now, they were not even worth a glance. Anyone at the main table was several ranks higher than them. Chen Yu raised his wine glass and waved towards the two of them. The two of them were now flattered and overwhelmed. Chen Yu's current status was probably no different from the leaders. 3 days later, on the North American continent, in the Huanya colony, a new order had been established. The new Huanya colony court was broadcasting live to the world. The trial of Harrison, Schneider, Rogers, Soros, and a group of other war profiteers who used genetic weapons. According to the investigation, Rogers, as the Minister of Technology, his secret biochemical weapons research institute manufactured a genetic virus targeting specific populations. This had violated international law, and then Harrison, Schneider, and the others condoned and authorized the use of the genetic weapon. Rogers was guilty of the same crime, and all personnel involved in the genetic weapon incident were sentenced to hanging. Mr. Donald Trump, watching the live broadcast, flicked his golden flowing hair. His eyes narrowed into a slit, and he muttered to himself, "I warned them in the first place, what a bunch of idiots." After Trump finished speaking, a ball of orange flame unconsciously lit up in his hand. Then, his room door was pushed open, and a man in a black suit walked in, respectfully saying, "Mr. Trump, the laboratory has sent good news. The experts have found the final alternative element for the agent you need." Trump's face lit up with joy. "Good. In this situation, this is undoubtedly the best news." Chapter 129. After Chen Yu saw the leaders off, the Huanya Science and Technology Park returned to its original tranquility. There were basically no humans working here, only dense crowds of robots working day and night. The space elevator was constantly traveling back and forth between the ground and space. A large amount of ore was being transported from the Centurion-class spacecraft below. For this reason, Chen Yu built a new super-large refining factory. It could extract the metal from the ore, and now North America was also Chen Yu's colony. There were abundant materials and natural resources there. The old Americans had hidden so many mineral veins and various mineral deposits. Now they all belonged to Chen Yu. Dozens of 100,000-ton giant ships continuously transported materials and minerals from the Huanya colony to Yangzhou. Chen Yu did not monopolize these materials. He also gave some to the government. After all, the government was also building underground bases. Now that the Earth had been unified, Chen Yu basically didn't have to worry about any country jumping out to cause trouble. Next was the time for him to show his skills. In the Huanya Science and Technology Park, a new shipbuilding factory began to fully construct Level 3 Civilization Standard interstellar warships. Why build Level 3 Civilization warships? Because Chen Yu's permissions in the No. 1 Mothership's technology library only went up to Level 3. If he wanted higher technology, he could only achieve it after finding some materials that could repair the warp drive engine. Chen Yu tried to persuade the AI, but it was of no use. After all, the AI was just a machine, and no matter how smart it was, it would not violate the principles. However, for Chen Yu, Level 3 Civilization warships were already enough, as long as he built enough ships before those Level 2 Civilization spaceships arrived. He would definitely make them never return. 270 light-years away, in the M36 galaxy of the Milky Way, on the planet Messeras. On a sci-fi looking city-state square, a huge alien spaceship landed. A group of planetary rulers from Messeras looked very respectful, welcoming the people coming down from the spaceship in a square. The people who came this time were the Cecilia people who wanted to buy Earth. Their civilization level was slightly higher than that of Messeras. They had already reached the early stage of Level 3 civilization, but the planet was gradually moving away from the habitable zone, and the environment was severely damaged. In a few hundred years, it would be impossible for humans to survive. This time, after receiving news from the Messeras people that they had found a planet suitable for human survival, they came to negotiate. The hatch opened, and a row of Cecilia people slowly walked out. Their appearance was very similar to humans. Their ears were not as pointed as the Messeras people's. They looked more like Earth people. However, their physiques were stronger, with an average height of at least 2 meters, and even the women were about 1.9 meters tall. If they were brought to Earth, they would all be basketball players. The chieftain of Messeras, along with many planetary leaders, stepped forward to greet them. "Oh! Welcome, distinguished guests from Cecilia of the M37 Galaxy." The Star Chieftain used the common language of the Milky Way Interstellar Federation. It was also the largest official language of the human race within a diameter of more than 100,000 light-years in the Milky Way. As long as a planet was registered with the Interstellar Federation, they would learn the common language of the Milky Way Interstellar Federation. The Star Chieftain of Messeras respectfully said, "Distinguished General Ceci, how dare I deceive you? Our exploration ship sent back the data of that planet. Take a look." After Socian finished speaking, he tapped on his wrist, and a holographic image appeared in front of the two. Above were various parameters of Earth, including atmospheric composition, geological composition, planet size, and some photos of Earth plants and animals. General Ceci's pupils suddenly widened. Such an ecological planet was simply the best in the Milky Way. It must be in a vibrant state, with the best biodiversity. It must have a peaceful sun and a stable star system. And it could only be achieved after hundreds of millions of years of precipitation in the habitable zone. Good, good, good. This planet is completely capable of allowing us Cecilia people to survive. Even if the oxygen content in the atmosphere is too high, we only need to perform simple genetic optimization on our bodies to adapt to their atmospheric environment. Ha ha ha, Socian, you have really saved us Cecilia people. General Ceci said excitedly. Ha ha ha, General Ceci, I have already sent a colonial fleet to colonize the planet there. As for the 8 billion indigenous people on it, how do you want to deal with them? General Ceci was even more excited. He never thought there would be so much free labor. Is there an unexpected surprise? Of course, we will keep the young and strong humans to build our new home for us. After we have built our new home, those primitive humans who have not even reached level 1 civilization, such lowly lives, do not need to exist anymore. Their living is also a waste of the planet's resources and can be used as feed for our planet's colonized animals. Socian invited all the Cecilia people to the planet's highest reception palace. This place was both magnificent and high-tech. Socian used the best food from Messeras to entertain these guests from Cecilia. Each of them had a bowl of something similar to mashed potatoes, which looked like poop. If Chen Yu were here, he would definitely complain. How come these civilizations declined in terms of eating after reaching a certain level? It was still more comfortable to eat all kinds of delicacies from Earth. It was no wonder that the people of higher civilizations ate things that looked like mush. They were smarter, their physical functions were stronger, and they lived longer. They needed to consume more elemental nutrients. Finally, alien scientists uniformly researched these mush that could quickly replenish various elemental nutrients. They felt great eating it, but fortunately, there were many strange fruits next to the mush. They were completely different from the fruits on Earth. Some fruits even had heart-like organs that wriggled. A Cecilia person picked up a red apple-like fruit and stuffed it into his mouth. He could even hear the fruit making a baby-like cry. The next moment, half of the red fruit was bitten off. Bright red fruit juice flowed out, but this fruit juice looked more like blood. Under the blood-like fruit juice, there was also a throbbing, bloody thing, like a heart. If the Earth people saw this thing, they would be scared to death. It looked disgusting, let alone eating it. This fruit was a unique fruit of a plant on the planet Messeras, between a plant and an animal. It had certain animal organs, but it showed more of the characteristics of a plant. At least Earth has not yet evolved such disgusting things. After General Ceci was full, he asked Socian about the most important part of this negotiation. "Mr. Socian, let's talk about business. How much do you want to sell that planet to us for?" Chapter 130. Sorsane was also a cunning fellow. After he sent the message to Cecilia Star, they rushed over to negotiate. They must value this planet very much, and Cecilia Star can only last for 200 or 300 years at most. Currently, the number of deaths they experience each year due to environmental degradation is increasing year by year. And within a few hundred light years nearby, they have no suitable planets to colonize, mainly because the conditions for the emergence of life-sustaining planets are extremely harsh. The planets in the nearby starfields that can support human survival have already joined the Milky Way Interstellar Federation. Those with good environments are only around 10 billion, but Sorsane is asking for 30 billion right off the bat. This is simply robbery. Cecilia Star's annual GDP is only about 5 billion galaxy credits. They also have to pay 2 billion in federal management fees every year. Plus, with the current harsh environment on the planet, they need to purchase a large amount of resources from other planets, leaving them with less than 1.5 billion galaxy credits in savings each year. Buying this planet would cost Cecilia Star the entire planet's income for 20 years. This is simply daylight robbery. Note, in the universe, each planet has a different orbital period, so the length of a year is also different. For the sake of understanding, a year in the story is calculated as 1 Earth year. If it weren't for the Interstellar Federation protecting Mesola's star, General Sissa would have wanted to colonize their planet, relying on his civilization's level being higher than Mesola's stars. But he didn't dare to do so. The Milky Way Interstellar Federation was founded by the 3 major Level 5 civilizations in the central starfield of the Milky Way. The first principle of the Milky Way Interstellar Federation is that all planets with a civilization level above Level 1 that are registered with the Federation enjoy the protection of the Interstellar Federation, and higher civilizations must not arbitrarily invade and colonize other Federation member civilizations' planets. However, once registered with the Interstellar Federation, they must pay annual federal management fees. This amount is linked to the civilization level and productivity of the planet, which is equivalent to protection money. Of course, joining the Interstellar Federation also has benefits, as they can engage in interstellar trade with other Federation planets. Only by earning enough galaxy credits can they afford to pay the management fees. Once they can't pay the management fees, they are very likely to be invaded and colonized by higher civilizations, facing the danger of extinction. Therefore, the planets that have joined the Milky Way Interstellar Federation work, trade, and earn money very diligently. They earn galaxy credits to offer to those 3 major Level 5 civilizations. Cecilia Star has been exploring habitable planets in deep space for many years, but has always come up empty. The Milky Way is too big. There are 400 billion stars alone. How many planets are there among those stars? So, finding a life-sustaining planet is like finding a needle in a haystack. Sorsane, don't try to challenge my bottom line. Sorsane was not worried. He was confident that he could sell it at this price. General Sissa, you just saw that the planet called Earth is in its prime for life, which is very suitable for your Level 3 civilization's colonization requirements. It will likely have hundreds of millions of years of habitable period in the future. This price is not expensive. General Sissa was trembling all over. Don't think that just because Cecilia Star's environment is deteriorating, you can sit on the ground and raise the price. Sorsane, I warn you, don't push your luck. General Sissa, could it be that you want to threaten us with force? Sissa revealed a sneer. Ha, although we can't invade your Mesola's star, our Cecilia Star is the closest Level 3 civilization planet to you. If we frequently harass you, the Interstellar Federation will turn a blind eye. Sorsane, do you want that? Sorsane was immediately speechless. Humph, General Sissa, aren't you being a bit too greedy? If you do this, I will appeal to the Milky Way Interstellar Federation. Then, we won't be selling this planet to you. Oh, right, Nicole Star, a mid-level 3 civilization in the M40 starfield, seems to be looking for a colony planet as well. If you can't afford it, we will consider contacting them. Sissa frowned immediately. All right, Sorsane, I will report back to our planet leader. I hope you can take down that planet as soon as possible. Next time, our planet leader will come to trade in person. After saying that, General Sissa stormed off. After sending away the Cecilia Star people, Sorsane looked at the sky, revealing a smile of successful scheming. 30 billion galaxy credits is the GDP of Mesola's star for more than 10 years. Their annual Interstellar Federation management fee is about 1 billion galaxy credits. If this deal is reached, they will be able to get decades of breathing room. At that time, they can use the extra money to buy more advanced technologies from other civilizations. Maybe they can advance to a true Level 3 civilization. Sorsane was thinking wishfully. 3 months later, Earth, Universal Technology Park. In these 3 months, Chen Yu built a large number of Level 3 civilization warships. The raw materials, shells, etc. of these warships require some special elements, which are very rare on Earth and the planets of the solar system. Synthesizing those elements is also too slow, and even many elements, with Chen Yu's permissions, do not have synthesis permissions. So Chen Yu used metal materials from Earth to replace them. He doesn't require these warships to have amazing attack resistance anyway, as long as they can destroy the incoming level 2 civilization warships. The main thing is quantity over quality. Build more, so that it won't hurt to perish together with them. In these 3 months, Chen Yu's interstellar warship factory could build 1 attack ship every 3 days. Equipped with a small nuclear-powered thruster, it can only perform conventional flight and cannot achieve light-speed flight. Because Chen Yu does not have the technological permissions to manufacture superluminal warp engines. Nor does he have the most important raw materials that can only be found near black holes. But as long as they can fight, that's fine. The weapon systems of these attack ships are equipped with laser cannons, electromagnetic pulse cannons, and traditional high-energy electromagnetic catapult shells. The energy is all provided by a small, controllable nuclear fusion engine carried inside the attack ship. It is no exaggeration to say that Chen Yu's current ordinary attack ship can dominate the Earth and rule the world. At this moment, in the Oort cloud, 1 light-year away from Earth, a dark and terrifying space is irregularly wriggling. Behind it, the starry sky shows a distorted picture, indicating that there are space fluctuations and even gravitational anomalies here. Suddenly, a beam of light shot out from that distorted space and disappeared in just an instant. Chapter 131. At the Universal Technology Park, Chen Yu walked out of the cultivation room at the top of the newly built Universal Building. Just now, he had performed his daily sunbathing exercise, absorbing cosmic bright energy. Now, Chen Yu had already reached the mid-stage of interstellar rank 2 life form, and he could skillfully control the release of bright energy. Zhainan, what is the extent of my brain domain expansion now? Captain, your brain domain development has reached 5.57%. If you continue to maintain this, when those level 2 civilization fleets arrive in 5 months, you will likely be able to successfully break through to an interstellar rank 3 life form. Since Chen Yu was promoted to an interstellar rank 2 life form, he felt that his thinking and the energy in his body had been greatly improved. This feeling was very wonderful, a feeling of an invincible powerhouse. What would it feel like if I could break through to a higher level of life? Captain, raising your life level can make you stronger. Your various functions will be upgraded, and the benefits are beyond your imagination. Chen Yu was very much looking forward to it, because he now felt that he had undergone tremendous changes. Okay, when those level 2 civilization spaceships arrive, we will dismantle their warp engines. I will try my best to collect the raw materials for repairing the warp engines, and then exchange them for intermediate gene modification fluid with you. Looking forward to your success. South America, in a primitive forest. There is a mysterious underground base. Sir, do you really want to do this? Because this potion is quite difficult to synthesize, and we haven't tested it on humans yet. Don't worry, I have injected the original gene potion from those spaceships. Even if there is a problem with your synthesis, I will not be affected. The white-coated scientist nodded, and then ordered a group of scientists to prepare for the injection. During his last presidential term, Trump obtained a gene modification potion from the alien wreckage discovered by the Americans. At that time, he was too old and his body had problems. It could be said that he was dying. Finally, Trump made a desperate gamble and decided to test it on himself. Unexpectedly, that alien gene potion successfully modified his body. Not only did all the diseases in his body disappear, but it also made him at least 30 years younger. In order not to arouse suspicion, Trump usually wore old-fashioned makeup on his face. Now he doesn't have to hide it anymore. Today's Trump looks like a young man in his 30s, full of vitality. During his previous presidential term, Trump moved his gene laboratory to the deep mountains of South America. Even the next president did not know about his operations. Mr. Trump, preparation is complete, we can inject you at any time. Okay, you guys start. Trump lay on an injection bed, and the scientists began to inject him with the newly synthesized gene potion. A tube of blue potion was pushed into Trump's body. In order to prevent Trump from exhibiting abnormal activity, he was tied with sturdy belts. About 10 minutes after the injection, Trump began to tremble all over. He made a whirring sound in his mouth, which was obviously very painful. This was similar to the feeling he had when he first injected the original alien gene potion. Trump persevered with his strong willpower. Several hours passed, and Trump was lying on the injection table, exhausted. His face was flushed and his body was steaming. After a few more hours, Trump's skin gradually returned to normal. He opened his eyes, and the surrounding scientists watched him warily. A white-coated scientist stepped forward and asked with concern, "Mr. Trump, how do you feel?" Trump felt himself and showed surprise. "Ha ha ha, I feel great." Then, Trump's whole body began to light up with orange flames. The belts that trapped him were slowly burned to ashes. Trump's clothes were also scorched, and the scientists next to him watched this scene in disbelief. Trump stood up naked, raising his hands, which were now covered in orange flames. "Ha ha ha, this is power, is this the feeling of being strong? Great, we succeeded." A group of scientists also danced with excitement. "Now that I can be modified, it proves that this potion can be synthesized. You should synthesize this potion in large quantities as soon as possible. The current situation on Earth requires us to be strong enough." The scientists were as excited as if they had been injected with chicken blood. This was an achievement, an unprecedented miracle in the history of human genetic modification. 4 months have passed, and with only 1 month left, the Level 2 civilization fleet is about to arrive on Earth. Chapter 132. At this moment, within the Huanyu Science and Technology Park, the robots are still engaged in construction in full swing. It's just that the number of robots has increased from tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands. The construction efficiency has increased several times. And the super-large underground shelter base beneath the Huanyu Science and Technology Park is also nearing completion. The underground area is even larger than the Huanyu Science and Technology Park above ground, covering a full 100 square kilometers. Inside the base, it's like an underground city. Living underground is not much different from living on the surface. The sky is controlled nuclear fusion technology, simulating daylight and possessing sunlight-like illumination. The buildings, forests, and rivers inside are exactly the same as on the surface. If someone is born in this underground city, and you don't tell them they are underground, they could live their whole lives without knowing they are hundreds of meters deep within the earth. Chen Yu designed an ecological cycle system in the underground city, where water resources can be reused. The entire underground city is powered by controlled nuclear fusion technology. Once the city's supplies are filled, it can allow 3 to 5 million people to live and circulate within this city for hundreds of years. Even after 100 years, it only needs to replenish the most basic necessities, such as oil and various production materials, and then it can start the internal cycle again. This is the best refuge to resist the apocalypse. Chen Yu designed the architecture of this underground shelter to be very futuristic, even more prosperous than the most prosperous cities in the world today. Chen Yu also communicated with the high-level officials of Yangzhia, planning to establish underground connection channels between the major shelter bases. Although the amount of work is relatively large, for Chen Yu's excavation robots, it's just a matter of using a little electricity. Chen Yu believes that when the apocalypse really comes, his Huanyu underground city will be the most technologically advanced and prosperous city in the world. The underground construction is almost complete, and the above-ground construction is not idle either. Chen Yu's Level 3 civilization warships, due to the increase in production capacity later on, have already built more than 300 ships. Now they are all floating in the orbit of the Huanyu spaceport, densely packed, as if the Earth has entered the interstellar era. Just as Chen Yu was looking forward to the future, this Hineo's prompt rang in his mind. "Captain, our oil tankers transporting supplies from the Huanyu colony have been robbed again." Chen Yu frowned. This has already been the latest of many robbery cases that have occurred in the past month. Chen Yu had even personally gone to the Pacific Ocean to investigate, but he had found nothing. Was there any discovery this time? This time, we specially arranged monitoring satellites to capture the scene at the time. Oh! Play it for me to see. The video at the time began to play on Chen Yu's retina. I saw a 100,000-ton giant ship slowly sailing on the Pacific Ocean. Suddenly, a huge shadow appeared on the sea, even larger than the 100,000-ton giant ship. The shadow gradually emerged from the water, looking like a huge underwater submarine. Then some hatches on the underwater front desk opened, and humans in black clothes walked out. These humans were all like supermen, jumping tens of meters high with each leap. They jumped onto the 100,000-ton giant ship one after another, killing the crew members who were holding ordinary guns one by one. Then, densely packed robots emerged from the underwater submarine and began to transport the supplies from the giant ship into the submarine. In just a short period of time, the supplies in the 100,000-ton giant ship were swept away. Finally, a laser was fired from the submarine, and the giant ship slowly sank. Chen Yu frowned even deeper after watching it. Those humans are obviously genetically modified humans. The flexibility and carrying weight of those transport robots, as well as that huge underwater submarine, are beyond the reach of Earth's technology. Could it be that the old Americans leaked those technologies to other countries, or are those the remnants of the old Americans? Humph, it's getting more and more interesting. You even dare to rob my things. Zhinao, send more detection satellites to monitor our oil tankers transporting supplies. Once an abnormality is discovered, immediately send attack ships to eliminate those remnants for me. Okay, Captain. Chen Yu didn't know why, but as soon as he issued this order, the huge underwater submarine never appeared again. It seemed to know that Chen Yu was looking for it. Looking back now, Trump was really too wise. The reason for robbing Chen Yu's supplies was that Trump was indeed short of supplies. It's just that after robbing several million tons, it's enough for him to live a good life for a long time. He kept hiding, and Chen Yu couldn't find him. Just like that, a month passed. The Level 2 civilization fleet is about to arrive. Chen Yu has already let hundreds of attack ships from the space station completely surround the Earth. Staying vigilant at all times, not knowing which direction the alien fleet will come from. Because Chen Yu also doesn't know how many spaceships will come in this alien fleet. If the other party comes in large numbers, a big battle is inevitable. So Chen Yu broadcasted live to all human beings in the world. Chen Yu stood in the live broadcast room of Huanyu Science and Technology Park, facing the camera, and said to the world. Chapter 133. Chen Yu spoke to the camera, addressing the entire world. Hello everyone, I am Chen Yu from Huanyu Technology. Our Earth is about to face an alien invasion. However, there's no need to panic. Over the past few months, Huanyu Technology has built as many as 300 space battleships. You should be able to see the lights they emit in the sky at night. The alien civilization coming this time is a Level 2 civilization planet. Although our Earth is only a Level 0.68 civilization, Huanyu Technology has Level 3 civilization technology. So, everyone, please stay at home. If you see battles and fire in the sky, please don't panic. I, Chen Yu, will protect Earth. People in front of televisions, computers, mobile phones, tablets, and large screens in shopping malls. All were like Chen Yu's fanatical believers, chanting Chen Yu's name. He was their current patron saint, the most powerful and strongest person in the world. In a base in the deep mountains of South America. Trump watched the live broadcast on TV with a solemn expression. Are real aliens coming this time? Can we obtain those alien technologies from them? Could the aliens landing on Earth this time be caused by Rogers and Harrison and those guys activating the alien spacecraft before? If so, could I cooperate with the aliens then? Trump said to himself, contemplating many plans in his mind. Captain Sower was looking at the distorted interstellar space around him. They were traveling at faster than light speed. The entire homeworld-class spaceship was in warp space. Therefore, what he saw outside was a distorted picture. An adjutant came to the command center and bowed, saying, Captain Sower, we have reached the M67 star region. According to orbital calculations, the spaceship will leave warp space and enter normal space in 1 hour. Oh! Is it finally here? I'm so looking forward to it. A life-bearing planet larger than our home planet, and in an unclaimed state, with only a civilization of less than level 1. It seems we'll have an easy time this time. Captain, the most powerful weapon of this primitive civilization is using nuclear fusion to generate powerful kinetic energy attacks. As long as we pay attention to this, we can easily take them down. Earth's most powerful weapon, the hydrogen bomb, works on this principle. Okay, after we approach this planet, don't rush to attack them. After all, they are also a civilization that has mastered certain technologies. We should be able to communicate with them. It would be the best outcome of this mission to take this planet without firing a shot. Yes, Captain Sower. 1 hour later. Captain Sower, the Mesola's homeworld-class mothership is about to exit warp space. Please prepare yourself. Okay, shut down the warp engine. Exit warp space. Okay, the warp engine is shut down. The spaceship is being pulled out of warp space. Exit complete. The spaceship has entered conventional flight mode and is performing star region positioning. Positioning successful, orbit normal. We have arrived at the M67 star region's target star system, 350 million kilometers away from the third satellite of this star system, a planet named Earth. OK, continue forward, and set the conventional speed to maximum. OK, Captain Sower, the conventional speed has reached maximum. We will reach the target planet in 3 days. In the past few months, Chen Yu had launched quantum communication probes to the 8 major planets of the solar system. In other words, the first 8 planets in the solar system were his monitoring stations. When the Mesolas star's massive homeworld-class spaceship arrived in the solar system, the probes on the orbits of Mars and Jupiter, which were closest to them, had already scanned the movements of this homeworld-class spaceship. Chen Yu was absorbing cosmic energy in the cultivation room on the top floor of the Huanyu Technology Building when the alarm of the intelligent brain suddenly sounded in his mind. Alert! Alert! Captain! A huge alien spaceship has appeared between Jupiter and Mars. According to the scan of their spaceship, this is a homeworld-class spaceship at the peak of Level 2 civilization. Chen Yu opened his eyes sharp. Are they finally here? Heh, I've been waiting for you for 9 months, and you're only arriving now. Next, let me see the strength of your Level 2 civilization. At least I have Level 3 civilization battleships, and a Level 7 civilization spaceship. Captain, they are coming from approximately the position of Jupiter and will probably need about 2 days. We need to plan how to minimize damage and take down their homeworld-class spaceship. If we destroy their spaceship's warp engine, it will be difficult for us to get a faster-than-light engine again. Alas, they won't just surrender. How can we control their spaceship? I think, after they arrive on Earth, they will first negotiate with the rulers of our Earth. After all, they only want to obtain Earth and do not want to destroy Earth's ecology, so we can take advantage of this. Chen Yu's eyes lit up. Chapter 134. If these second-level civilization aliens were to colonize a planet, and needed to negotiate first, Chen Yu thought of a good idea. He could pretend to surrender and hide all his spaceships first. After those second-level civilization aliens lowered their guard, he would then launch a heavy attack and wipe out all the aliens in one fell swoop. As for how to do it specifically, Chen Yu hadn't thought it through yet, but he had absolute confidence that he could trick them to death. After all, his spaceship belonged to the technology of a third-level civilization. It was higher than those of second-level civilizations, even the peak of second-level civilizations. As long as Chen Yu operated well, he could take down those second-level civilization spaceships unexpectedly. Subsequently, Chen Yu arranged all the newly built 300-plus third-level civilization attack ships on the back of the moon, waiting to strike at any time. At that time, it could give those second-level civilization aliens an unexpected blow. 3 days later, the Mesoras star's Mesoras home-class spaceship successfully arrived near Earth's orbit. Captain Sohee, we have arrived in the orbit of this planet. In the command room of the Mesoras home-class spaceship, the deputy reminded Sohee. Sohee looked at the blue planet, his eyes full of appreciation. Ha, it is indeed a vibrant planet. Captain, we just detected that the stellar radiation value of this planet is greater than the data sent back by our previous exploration ship. It is very likely that there is a problem with this star. Oh. After we colonize this planet, we will invade their network, retrieve their observation data on their own star for comparison, and see what's going on with their star. However, this amount of radiation is nothing to the Cecilia people. Immediately release our fleet. Yes, Captain Sohee. Immediately, a huge hatch of the Mesoras home-class spaceship opened. 50 star destroyers, 20 landing ships, and 10 exploration ships flew out. Immediately formed a huge interstellar fleet. Earth, Huanyu Technology Park. Chen Yu stood on the top floor of the technology building, looking at a direction in the sky. Ordinary people still couldn't see the alien spaceship for the time being, but Chen Yu's retina had the appearance of this spaceship. These were the images sent back by Chen Yu's detectors. Yo-ho, this battle is not small, but this home-class mothership is quite big, bigger than my Earth home-class spaceship. Not bad, I like it. Immediately broadcast to the world that the aliens have arrived, and let people stay at home and don't run around, especially those with thick lips in the colonies. If they take the opportunity to go out and loot for free, catch them and kill them directly. Yes, Captain. Suddenly, a cartoon character with the logo image of Huanyu Technology conducted a live broadcast to the world's display devices. The screen also played a video of the alien fleet, telling everyone to stay at home honestly and not run around. The live broadcast screen will broadcast the alien invasion to the world 24 hours a day. Those Messeras people didn't know that they had just arrived near Earth's orbit. And they were already being watched by 8 billion Earth people. In the command room of the Messera's home-class mothership, Captain Sohi ordered. Immediately invade the network of this planet called Earth, crack their language system, and control all their network terminals. Yes, Captain, operating immediately. The Messera's people's invasion signal shot towards Earth. The next moment, Chen Yu received a prompt from the intelligent brain. Captain, these aliens have begun to invade the Earth's network. Humph, create a local area network for them, don't let these aliens invade Earth's display devices, only I have the permission for global live broadcast. Yes, Captain, I have already constructed a local area network space, they can only obtain information and operate in it, and they cannot know that they are in the local area network. Okay, I want to see what they are going to do. In the command room of the Messera's home-class spaceship. Captain Sohi, we have successfully invaded the Earth's network, their language has been cracked, we can control the network of this planet at any time, and broadcast to all their natives around the world, but what? According to our invasion of the Earth's network, the network data volume of this planet is very limited, maybe the network of this planet is not developed, I also did not find their monitoring data about their own star, so it is not good to compare with the stellar radiation data sent back by the previous exploration ship, maybe the data of the previous exploration ship was wrong. That's okay, their sun may have been like this originally. Captain Sohi, you can broadcast live to the world. Okay, turn on the camera device, I want to talk to their humans. Okay, Captain Sohi, the camera device has been turned on for you, your voice will be converted into a language they can understand for live broadcast. Sohi began to talk eloquently to the camera. Humans on Earth, I am Sohi, the captain of the colonization ship from the advanced cosmic civilization Messera's star. We are here to colonize your Earth, but don't panic. We Messera's people never kill innocent people indiscriminately. As long as you are obedient, I will give you a chance to survive. Now, please let the rulers of your Earth come and talk to me. We will land in the center of your so-called Pacific Ocean. Chapter 135. After Sohi finished speaking, the live broadcast ended. But little did he know that only Chen Yu could see this live broadcast. And the live broadcasts seen by the 8 billion people on Earth were all images of the alien fleet group in space provided by Chen Yu. The intelligent brain also thoughtfully arranged intelligent commentary for all mankind. The intelligent brain would analyze the strength of these Messera's star, Level 2 peak civilization battleships. It would give close-ups of these battleships and explain what they were doing in the live broadcast. This is a laser cannon, this is an electromagnetic gun, this is their engine device, and so on. The people of Earth actually lost their fear of being invaded by aliens. Like watching a science program, people watched the live broadcast with great interest. If these Messera's people knew that their arrival was like putting on a show for the people of Earth, I wonder if they would be angry to death. Chen Yu showed a playful look when he saw Captain Sohi's live broadcast content just now. Oh! Their planet is called Messera's? The name is quite tongue-twisting, but intelligent brain, are you sure these Messera's people are not relatives of us Earthlings? Why do they look so similar to us? Captain, didn't I popularize science with you before? Human civilizations account for more than half of the universe. As for why human civilizations look so similar, it may be that there is a mysterious force in the universe, or perhaps level 8, 9, or 10 god-level civilizations are spreading seeds in the universe. This is my guess and has no scientific basis, because our level 7 civilization has not figured it out yet. Okay, let's not talk about this. We'll study it again when we have the opportunity. They want to land in the center of the Pacific Ocean for negotiations? Then I'll go meet them. Intelligent brain, arrange a simulation robot of me to go over. I'll talk to them in person. Okay, Captain. Chen Yu himself then entered his most solid level 7 civilization battleship. Aliens were coming, and he only felt safe staying in his strongest, super invincible universe number 1 battleship. Chen Yu lay on the adaptive recliner in the command room, and the images seen by the simulated Chen Yu robot appeared on his retina. At this moment, the landing ship was sending the simulated Chen Yu to the center of the Pacific Ocean. To make it more realistic, Chen Yu had arranged in advance for the last 4 aircraft carriers seized from the old Americans to go to the center of the Pacific Ocean. The world's largest Ford-class aircraft carrier was also among them. He didn't expect that his mission this time was to escort Chen Yu to negotiate with the aliens. Captain Li, when we reach the center, there are also the several American aircraft carriers that I seized before. We are here to negotiate, at least the momentum must be sufficient. Also, do not fire without my order. Li Qiuxiang scratched his head and said. Mr. Chen, we don't dare to fire casually. Those are aliens. What if we mess up and they wipe us all out? Hehe, don't be afraid of them. I have my own sense of propriety. The simulated Chen Yu showed a confident smile. The expression of the simulated Chen Yu now is almost the same as the real Chen Yu, because only Chen Yu is controlling everything. Soon, in the center of the Pacific Ocean, the Yangtze Liaoning ship aircraft carrier group and the 4 aircraft carriers now belonging to the Huanyu colony merged. Waiting for those Messera's people to arrive in the center of the Pacific Ocean. Without making Chen Yu wait too long, a Messera's landing ship, carrying 10 star destroyers, slowly entered the Earth's atmosphere. Chen Yu looked at the alien battleships slowly descending from the sky, and his heart was neither tight nor wavering. But Li Qiuxiang and some of the soldiers on the aircraft carrier were not so calm. This was the first time they had seen an alien spaceship, and many of them were shaking their legs. Mr. Chen, these aliens, they really won't destroy the Earth, will they? Li Qiuxiang's tone trembled slightly. Chen Yu gave him a reassuring look. Captain Li, don't you still believe me? Almost a year ago, didn't the old Americans have one of their spaceships, and I easily destroyed it? Li Qiuxiang knew that Chen Yu's spaceship had previously killed the old American alien battleship in seconds. Okay, Lao Li, believe you. Hehe, don't worry, I want to see what they want to talk about. Chapter 136. The Messera's star landing craft approached closer and closer. Finally, it hovered above the Liaoning aircraft carrier's deck. It seemed the other side also realized that the Liaoning aircraft carrier, at the forefront of all the warships, should be the representative of Earth. Chen Yu stood on the deck of the Liaoning aircraft carrier, calmly watching the alien warship descend. If it were any other Earthling, they would definitely be nervous. But not only was this Chen Yu a robot, even if his real body were here, he wouldn't panic. The hatch beneath the alien landing craft slowly opened, and a beam of dazzling light descended. Li Qiuxiang and several guards standing behind Chen Yu were blinded by the strong light and had to shield their eyes with their hands. But Chen Yu didn't even blink. As a robot, he wasn't afraid of such things. The strong light slowly dissipated, revealing several Messera's star people dressed in golden attire. Presumably, that golden attire was their uniform, probably also bulletproof or something. Chen Yu watched the Messera's star people opposite him with a calm expression. These aliens looked very similar to Earthlings, their height seemed to be slightly above the Earthling average. The only differences were their somewhat greenish skin and pointed ears. They resembled goblins from Earth, but a bit better looking. What surprised Chen Yu the most was that among these Messera's star people, the one standing in the center position was actually a female Messera's star person. She was just like Earth women, having everything she should. Her figure was even perfect, her height at least 1.8 meters, almost catching up to Chen Yu after his genetic enhancement. Mainly, she had an angelic face like an elf from anime, very beautiful. Chen Yu couldn't help but have some wicked thoughts. Should he capture a female alien and use his 18 kinds of martial arts? Are you the ruler of this planet? You don't look like one, because you look very young. Chen Yu wasn't surprised that he could understand what the other party was saying. Chen Yu looked at the female elf's neck, which had a simple voice-emitting device. The voice just now came from there, no wonder the female elf's lip movements didn't match the sound. This device should be a kind of real-time translator. Chen Yu smiled and calmly replied. Aren't you a high-level civilization? Your thinking shouldn't be so rigid as to think that someone my age can't rule a planet, right? Clearly, what Chen Yu said could also be understood in real time through the special devices in their ears. Ha, Earthling, you are very brave to speak to us in such a tone. Let me introduce myself, I am Sarala, the deputy captain of the Messera's home-class colonial ship. Sarala? Chen Yu thought to himself, that's quite a unique name. Chen Yu spread his hands. Hello, I am Chen Yu, the supreme ruler of Earth. Beautiful Messera's star Ms. Sarala, I wonder what you are planning to do to us, coming to Earth from so far away. Mr. Chen Yu, didn't our captain say it in the live broadcast to the whole world before? We are here to colonize you, and we hope you cooperate. Hearing what Sarala said, Li Qiuxiang and several soldiers revealed puzzled expressions. How could they not know that these aliens had previously conducted a global live broadcast? Li Qiuxiang didn't know that Chen Yu had restricted the aliens' live broadcast signal to the LAN created by the AI for them. The live broadcast that Earthlings were currently watching was still a program arranged for them by the AI, popularizing alien spaceships. Even in the live broadcast, the AI also advertised Chen Yu's sister's new movie, The Wandering Planet 8, to the world. This was also the only advertisement that could appear in the live broadcast. Even more disgusting, the AI had also opened a reward function, and in just a few hours, it had already received over 10 billion in rewards, and when the time came, all this money would be donated to Project Hope. Chen Yu smiled faintly and said, Ms. Sarala, after you colonize our Earth, what will you do with the 8 billion people on our planet? Sarala didn't hide anything. We will carry out a new optimization of your population structure. What kind of optimization is that? Mr. Chen Yu, let me put it this way, we need a lot of labor for colonization. Relying on robots alone cannot meet the complex construction structure, so a lot of manpower is still needed. We will keep the young and middle-aged population of your Earth. Even though Chen Yu was now a simulation robot, he couldn't help but be startled by this population optimization method, and his whole body trembled. This was just letting the old, weak, sick, and disabled die. On Earth, the young and middle-aged population aged 18 to 59 accounts for about 1/3. That is to say, if these aliens colonized them, more than 5 billion Earthlings would be optimized immediately. Ms. Sarala, do you think I will agree? This is not something you can choose. Your Earth is just a low-level human civilization that hasn't even reached level 1. You only have one fate, to be colonized. Ha ha ha, Ms. Sarala, then how do you plan to optimize the more than 5 billion people on our Earth? Of course, they will be used to feed the animals that our planet colonizes. After all, the composition of you Earthlings should be a very good animal feed. Sarala replied very easily, so easily that the lives of these 5 billion people on Earth were not even as good as ants on the ground. Chen Yu was completely enraged, and he even wanted to send out all his attack ships right now, to destroy all these bloody and brutal lunatics. AI, I'm about to lose it. They don't even treat us Earthlings as human beings, they actually compare us to feed. Captain, in the eyes of aliens from higher civilizations, the lives of Earthlings are really not as good as ants. They can be crushed at will. Okay, that's how it is, right? I'm going to let you see that I'm not the ant you're talking about. Chen Yu temporarily disconnected from the simulation robot Chen Yu. He was furious in the command room of Mothership 1. After calming down, Chen Yu reconnected to the simulation robot Chen Yu. Ms. Sarala, is this what you call never killing the innocent indiscriminately? What our captain said is correct. We don't kill the innocent indiscriminately. We have kept all your young and middle-aged people and let them work for us. As for those Earthlings who cannot provide labor, they have no value in themselves. Optimization does not count as indiscriminate killing of the innocent. Chen Yu was almost laughed at by this woman who looked like an elf but spoke like a devil. Chapter 137. Chen Yu felt it was completely unnecessary to negotiate with these missileless people, who looked down on Earthlings in their minds. He was just putting on an act, after all, he was planning to ambush these aliens. Miss Solala, if I agree to your demands, what will I get? Wasn't this the same as taking the Earth's 5 billion people as fodder? Could this be Chen Yu's plan? Was he willing to let billions of humans die in order to survive or gain benefits from the aliens? Instantly, Li Qiuxiang and the soldiers looked at Chen Yu, their hearts filled with anger. But they didn't dare say anything. Ha ha ha, Mr. Chen Yu, you are very wise. Since you are the ruler of Earth, we can let you continue to manage the remaining young and middle-aged population. You can get more benefits and treatment than them, and you don't have to participate in work and labor. Chen Yu thought, thank you so much. I don't even have to work. Your benefits are really damn good. Okay, Miss Solala, you've come from afar. Why don't you let the distinguished guests from Missiles on your spaceship stay at my mansion? I will welcome you with the best hospitality on Earth, and there is also Earth's cuisine. I think you will definitely like it. Haha, I had a very pleasant conversation with you. I will go back to the mothership and tell our commander. Take this. This is a communicator. We will keep in touch at any time. Solala tossed a small object to Chen Yu. Chen Yu picked it up and saw that it did look like a device that could make calls. Okay, I will clear the obstacles for you to colonize Earth. Please, Miss Solala, say a few good words to your commander for me and try to give me some good benefits. Definitely, just wait for our notification. Respectfully seeing off the distinguished guests from Missilas. Solala led several Missilas people back to the bottom of their landing craft, and a strong light shone on them. It was still so dazzling that Earthlings had to close their eyes, but Chen Yu could still see it very clearly. After the Missilas landing craft flew away, Li Qiuxiang walked up to Chen Yu, his expression very angry. Chen Yu, how could you agree to them? Are you also the kind of person who would sell out humanity in order to survive? Chen Yu looked in the direction where the spaceships were flying away and made a shooting gesture. Bang! Pow! Captain Li, do you think I would be that kind of person? Li Qiuxiang couldn't quite understand Chen Yu's actions now. Mr. Chen, you have the ability to rule the world. Earth is already under your control, I don't understand. Hehe, those aliens all deserve to die. You just need to believe that I have the strength to take them down. As for why I want to compromise with them, I have other intentions. Don't worry about it for now, you will know in the end. Li Qiuxiang looked at Chen Yu's confident appearance and the fact that he said he could take down these aliens. Li Qiuxiang and the soldiers all showed excited expressions, as long as Mr. Chen doesn't betray Earth. They still have a chance to survive. Okay, Mr. Chen, I know you are a person with great wisdom and great ability. We will do whatever you tell us to do. You don't have to do anything. Next, I have my own plans. Chen Yu planned to invite these Missilas people to Earth. Especially their supreme commander, he must capture the other party. When the time comes, a little coercion and inducement will give him the opportunity to obtain their homeworld class spaceship. As for their star destroyers and the like, Chen Yu would seize them if he could, and destroy them directly if he couldn't. Only their homeworld class spaceship had a warp engine, which was what Chen Yu needed. After sending away the Missilas people, the simulated Chen Yu boarded his small landing craft and went straight to the Universal Colony in North America. He was going to entertain those Missilas people here. It would be best if he could wipe them all out here. If he couldn't wipe them all out, Chen Yu could only resort to force. After Solal returned to the Missilas homeworld class spaceship, she immediately reported the content of the negotiation with Chen Yu to Captain Sohee. In the command room, Sohee asked. The ruler of that Earth wants to invite us to his planet? And treat us with the best etiquette. Yes, Captain Sohee, that Earth ruler wants to take this opportunity to obtain some preferential benefits. Ha ha ha, lowly inferior civilization humans, but he is quite smart and knows the current affairs. In order to facilitate our colonization of the entire planet, we can go and see what the cuisine here is like. I also think that we can give him some benefits, and then there will be no obstacles to our colonization. Okay, you notify him that we accept his invitation. Okay, Captain Sohee. Chapter 138. At night, Chen Yu's Messola's star communicator suddenly rang. Chen Yu fiddled with it for a while and answered. A beam of light shot out from the communicator, forming a holographic projection. Solara's elfin face appeared on the screen. Mr. Chen Yu, I have already consulted with our Captain Sohee, and he has agreed to accept your invitation. We will arrive on Earth tomorrow. Then I will definitely be on Earth to welcome you. I will use the most enthusiastic way to receive your esteemed people from Messolas. Hehe, Mr. Chen Yu, our Captain Sohee will give you a good benefit, as long as you do your best to help us colonize Earth. As long as these people come, none of them will be able to escape. After ending the call with Solara, Chen Yu sent a location, which is the place to receive them. Located in the Huanyu colony, now the capital, which is the former White House. Chen Yu deployed the plan overnight and arranged for thousands of simulated robots to be prepared with laser weapons. He also had 30 level 7 civilizations original frigates hidden around, and he would definitely leave these aliens behind tomorrow. Deep in the seabed, inside a behemoth-class nuclear submarine, Mr. Trump, with flowing golden hair, was receiving a report from his subordinates. Mr. Trump, today during the day, our sonar system detected a large number of warships and aircraft carriers gathering in the central Pacific Ocean. I sent a simulated whale to take incredible pictures from a distance. Let me see it quickly. The subordinate opened a large screen, which was playing the scene of those alien spaceships landing on Earth. It was the whole process of negotiating with Chen Yu. After Trump finished watching, he frowned. Those spaceships are the alien spaceships from Huanyu Technology's live broadcast. They came to Earth, definitely to negotiate with Chen Yu. I wonder what they talked about. By the way, Mr. Trump, our eyeliner left in the American mainland has used a special encryption device to send back a message. Speak quickly. The message shows that the White House, where you used to work, is preparing the venue overnight. It should be to receive some important people, and Chen Yu has also appeared. Trump's eyes lit up immediately. Ha ha ha, I know, Chen Yu wants to entertain those aliens in America. It seems that he must have reached some kind of cooperation with the aliens. Mr. Trump is still wise and can think of these things. Humph, damn it, why did he reach a cooperation with those aliens? This should have been ours. Then what should we do? If Chen Yu becomes the representative of the aliens, wouldn't we be even more unable to deal with him? Trump showed a meaningful smile. Humph, since we can't get it, we can't let him have a good time. We can't let Chen Yu get involved with the aliens. Tomorrow, send a batch of advanced warriors injected with gene modification fluid to secretly sneak in there and act on my orders. Okay, Mr. Trump. Thousands of people at the White House were busy all night, finally setting up a grand and luxurious welcoming scene. It was to make the aliens feel that Chen Yu had put in a lot of effort and relaxed their vigilance. At this moment, Chen Yu's real body has also come to the Huanyu colony. It's just that he has been staying inside the number 1 mothership. And the number 1 mothership is hidden in near-Earth orbit, relying on the cloaking technology of the Level 7 civilization. The detection technology of the Mesolas star is also unable to detect it. As long as Chen Yu wants to now, he can quietly sneak behind these Mesolas star people's spaceships. Let the number 1 mothership give them a round of laser salvo. But Chen Yu needs this Mesolas home-class mothership. The next day finally arrived, and the agreed time was getting closer and closer. And a team of 30 gene-modified advanced warriors also secretly landed from the east coast of the Huanyu colony. After they landed, they avoided the crowd and went straight to the former White House. These are advanced warriors cultivated by Trump using a new type of gene modification agent. Of course, advanced warriors are Trump's own words. According to Chen Yu's technology library, the definition of these advanced warriors of Trump. These are human races forcibly transformed with the intermediate gene modification fluid of the Level 3 civilization. But the intermediate gene modification fluid of the Level 3 civilization sounds like it's intermediate, and it seems very powerful. Compared with Chen Yu's Level 7 civilization's primary gene modification fluid, it is nothing. The intermediate gene modification fluid of the Level 3 civilization in Trump's hand was discovered in another alien site. It is not the technology of the Mesolas star, this kind of intermediate gene modification fluid. At best, it can improve the Earth human to the mid to late stage life form of Star 2. Moreover, the strength that is improved is very weak. So the energy released by Trump in his hand, the condensed flame is only orange, and the temperature is at most 1 or 2,000 degrees. And Chen Yu can easily condense blue flames, the temperature is about the same as the surface of the sun, as high as 6,000 degrees. The released energy fireball can instantly burn humans into particles. These advanced warriors of Trump can only ignite people. The agreed time arrived, and the Mesolas star people arrived at the Earth Huanyu colony on 10 landing ships. Of course, only a few Mesolas star people came. Most of them are still on their home-class mothership and star destroyers. But Chen Yu only needs their supreme commander to arrive. 10 Mesolas star landing ships slowly stopped near the White House. A Mesolas landing ship, which was obviously slightly larger. Suspended in the square of the White House, it seems that a big man is about to come out. Chapter 139. Chen Yu was already waiting in the square as the landing craft's door slowly opened. Sarala and some of the ship's officers followed behind an imposing man. Chen Yu saw that the one standing at the front was none other than Captain Sohee, who had broadcasted to Earth before and was only seen by Chen Yu. Chen Yu stepped forward, extended his hand, and acted as if to give a warm welcome. You must be Captain Sohee. I am Chen Yu, the supreme ruler of Earth. Sohee did not extend his hand. In his eyes, even if Chen Yu was the ruler of Earth, he was just an ordinary human from a low-level civilization. Shaking hands with him would lower his status, Chen Yu simply didn't have the qualifications. The hand of the simulation robot Chen Yu froze in mid-air for a few seconds before awkwardly retracting. Throughout the entire process, Captain Sohee didn't even look Chen Yu in the eye. To these aliens, Chen Yu was just a tool for them to colonize Earth. Discarding him after use was just a matter of a word from them. Chen Yu cursed inwardly. All kinds of the highest level reception ceremonies on Earth were performed. Captain Sohee could also see that this was a grand welcome for them. This was specially arranged by Chen Yu to lower these people's vigilance. Outside the White House, 30 of Trump's elite soldiers were waiting for Trump's next instructions. The scene here was also transmitted back to the Behemoth nuclear submarine in the deep sea through a special encrypted channel. Trump watched as 10 alien spaceships landed near the White House. He was struggling whether or not to cause trouble now. The main thing was that Trump was assessing the consequences of causing trouble. What if the aliens became angry and launched an attack on Earth? But thinking that he was in the deep sea of Earth, he would not be caught by the aliens, at least in the short term. Trump's heart was already restless, and he was also evaluating Chen Yu's strength. If he could use the aliens' hands to get rid of Chen Yu, this hidden danger. Then, when he sent someone to communicate with the aliens, saying that Chen Yu was not the ruler of Earth at all, wouldn't he be the one cooperating with the aliens? At this time, a subordinate, holding a miniature computer, reported to Mr. Trump. "Sir, the captain of the White House's elite soldiers has sent back information, asking about our next move. He said that those aliens have all entered the White House." Trump narrowed his eyes and thought for a long time before instructing. "Tell them to pay attention at all times and wait for my order." "Yes, Mr. Trump." Inside the White House, Captain Sohee and Vice Captain Sarala, along with a series of high-ranking Mesolas stars, were led to a huge banquet hall. Among the people brought by these aliens were also guard soldiers holding laser guns. The reason they dared to come so boldly was also because of their disdain for Earth. With a mere level 0.68 civilization, their portable thermal weapons probably couldn't even penetrate the gold combat suit on their bodies. Moreover, the combat power of these Mesolas stars was not comparable to that of this primitive human race on Earth. Most of them were high-level life forms of interstellar stage 1 or 2, of course, high-level relative to Earthlings. Chen Yu's main body was sitting in the number 1 mothership, cloaked in the sky above the White House. His retina displayed the scene seen by the simulation Chen Yu, and in his hand was floating a ball of fire gradually turning purple. In the past few months, Chen Yu had been constantly working hard to absorb cosmic bright energy to strengthen his brain domain development. Currently, he had just stepped into the interstellar stage 3 life form. Becoming an interstellar stage 3 early stage life form, his brain domain development had also reached 8.98%. According to the intelligent brain's definition of interstellar life forms. Having reached interstellar stage 3 life form, Chen Yu's body was once again sublimated. He was approaching the mid-level life form in the cosmic interstellar space, and he already had the ability to survive in space. That is to say, Chen Yu could now not need to breathe. In outer space, the energy he needed could be achieved by absorbing cosmic bright energy. Moreover, the release of cosmic bright energy has been further strengthened. The fireball condensed in Chen Yu's hand had gradually changed from blue to purple. The temperature had exceeded 7,000 degrees, which could instantly melt humans, leaving no ashes behind. The metals in the periodic table of elements discovered by scientists on Earth could all be vaporized. As for alloys manufactured by advanced civilizations, or metals produced under special conditions in the universe that are not in the Earth's periodic table of elements, that is another matter. Inside the White House banquet hall, Chen Yu respectfully invited these aliens from Mesolas to the high seats. Then, he arranged for the waiters to serve plates of Earth's delicacies and fruits. As humans, they all have their own curiosity. These Mesolas stars were the same, they were all looking at the plates of dishes that were being served. The dishes gathered cuisines from all regions of Earth, but they were still dominated by Yangzia cuisine. Chen Yu introduced these Mesolas stars one by one. "Captain Sohee, Vice Captain Sarala, the first dish you see is Yangzia's fish fragrant shredded pork." "That's right, it's fish fragrant shredded pork. Anyway, these aliens don't understand, so use the most ordinary home-style dishes to fool them. But it is precisely these home-style dishes that test the chef's skills the most." "Fish fragrant shredded pork? So, this is made from the flesh and blood of an animal on your Earth." So he spoke for the first time, which showed that he seemed to be quite interested in Earth's cuisine. Chen Yu smiled and explained. "Captain Sohee, you are right. The main ingredient of this dish is lean meat from an animal on our Earth called a pig, and a plant on Earth called a scallion, combined with our secret sour seasoning, vinegar and sugar, and this accessory is stir-fried. The taste is fresh, fragrant, and refreshing, and it goes very well with rice. Eating it with the bowl of white rice next to you is very comfortable. So he looked at the bowl of white rice, very surprised. He used the analyzer on his wrist to test the ingredients of the fish fragrant shredded pork and the bowl of white rice. Suddenly, a virtual screen lit up on his wrist. It displayed various element ingredient lists, as well as a summary of the flavors that the intelligent system would produce based on these element combinations. The other Mesola's stars were also testing the dishes and rice in front of them. Chen Yu thought that these aliens were afraid that he would put sleeping pills in their food and knock them out. So he looked at the screen in front of him and nodded. At least the mixture of these elements would not produce toxins that were fatal to their Mesola's stars. However, the flavor column summarized by the intelligent system was blank. That is to say, there is nothing on their Mesola's star that tastes the same as this. Suddenly, so he was curious about what Earth's cuisine tasted like. He picked up the spoon next to him, scooped up a spoonful of fish fragrant shredded pork, and then did not forget to put a mouthful of rice into his mouth. So he chewed slowly, suddenly his eyes widened. Chapter 140. So he took a bite of the fish-flavored shredded pork and revealed a surprised expression. Could this be the food of Earth? This is too delicious, the meat in my mouth is tender, sweet, and sour. Also, the plant called green onion, which has a relatively strong taste, goes well together. This is a taste that So he has never had on Mesoras. So he showed a squinting, comfortable smile, and the other Mesoras people saw this. They started picking up spoons one after another, tasting what this so-called Earth delicacy was like. Subsequently, all the Mesoras people were shocked by this dish. The staple food they eat on Mesoras is mainly a few kinds of paste-like elemental foods. The taste is monotonous and lacks freshness. Now they can actually eat such primitive and delicious food on Earth. These Mesoras people were quite shocked. Good, I didn't expect your primitive and lowly civilization on Earth to have unique advantages in food. When we colonize, leave me a few chefs to cook for me. Captain, so he made his request. Chen Yu thought, you probably don't have the luck to enjoy it. But he still said respectfully. Haha, as long as it is Captain So he's request, we Earthlings must do our best to satisfy you. Next, Chen Yu introduced other dishes to So he, So La La, and his party. What twice cooked pork, mapo tofu, shredded green peppers with pork, scrambled eggs with tomatoes. They were all ordinary home-cooked dishes. But in front of these unsophisticated Mesoras people, they were like delicacies. Just as Chen Yu was entertaining these Mesoras people to lower their vigilance, Trump felt that the time was almost right. He didn't want Chen Yu to reach a cooperation with the aliens. So he sent instructions to the advanced gene warriors lurking near the White House. Let them carry out indiscriminate attacks on the alien spaceships, in order to disrupt Chen Yu's negotiations with the aliens. Chen Yu was still in the White House banquet hall, entertaining these Mesoras people. And his plan was quietly being implemented. Suddenly, everyone in the Mesoras in the White House banquet hall became vigilant. Then, the communicator on Sola LA's arm lit up with a holographic projection. It was outside the White House, their spaceship was being attacked. The explosion just now was a shockwave bomb thrown by Trump's advanced gene warriors. This was a conventional combat weapon that Trump had discovered in another alien remains. It uses the instantaneous powerful electromagnetic pulse energy to spread the shock wave. It can effectively strike large warships, aircraft carriers, etc. Now it was being used by his gene warriors to deal with alien spaceships. So La La and So he were not panicked, they just looked at the picture and sneered. Chen Yu, aren't you overestimating yourself too much? You tricked us to Earth, and you dare to attack us. So La La frowned and angrily said to Chen Yu. Chen Yu was also dumbfounded. He hadn't even ordered the attack yet, how could there be an explosion outside? Chen Yu communicated with the smart brain in his mind. Smart brain, what's going on? How did that explosion happen? Captain, I will send you the live picture. Chen Yu saw the battle outside the White House on his retina. A group of people in black mechs were attacking the alien spaceships. Oh! Who are these people? Looking at this mech, it looks a bit familiar. Could it be the remnants of the old Americans? I just intercepted the communication equipment on these mech people. It is a separate wave band that is free in all the networks on Earth. It should be set up to prevent us from detecting it. It should be the remnants of the previous Americans. If they continue to receive instructions, I can follow that wave band to find their commander. Okay, you monitor them well. They dare to ruin my affairs. It seems that I have to take action in advance. In the banquet hall, Chen Yu spread his hands and said, Vice Captain Solala, if I say that those people outside are not my arrangement, would you believe it? These Messera's people were not panicked at all. They were confident that they had enough strength to deal with Chen Yu's tricks. With a mere level 0.68 civilization, they basically had no way to deal with them without using nuclear weapons. Humph, Chen Yu, do you still want to quibble? However, with your Earth's technological level, wanting to deal with our Messera's spaceship is probably a fool's dream. Chen Yu showed a helpless smile. Vice Captain Solala, Captain Sohee, I didn't want to attack you so quickly, but unfortunately, some ignorant things have come outside, so I have to wrong you all to stay. Chen Yu sent an action command to the smart brain. Immediately, dense simulation robots rushed into the White House. Sohee laughed when he saw this scene. Haha, the human race of a mere inferior civilization dares to challenge our level 2 peak civilization. I don't know if you Earthlings are ignorant or fearless. The golden uniforms on the guards brought by Sohee actually began to extend on their bodies. Gradually, it became a battle suit that wrapped the body. Chen Yu had expected that the clothes they wore must be unusual. But Chen Yu didn't care about their battle suits. The arms of these simulation robots in his hand were all equipped with level 3 civilization particle laser guns. Chen Yu didn't believe that the Messera's people's battle suits could continuously resist the shooting of these particle laser guns. Do it, take them down for me. Chen Yu shouted. Suddenly, the simulation robots that entered the banquet hall all rushed towards the Messera's people. Humph, overestimate yourself. Solala sneered. Then, from nowhere, it should be from the back. A whip made of soft metal pieces was drawn out, just like the scales on the back of a crocodile. But a blue light suddenly lit up in Solala's hand, and the metal scale whip quickly solidified and turned into a long sword. The blue light wrapped the long sword, like a lightsaber in Star Wars. Chen Yu widened his eyes and praised that the picture was really cool. Coupled with Solala's curvy figure, she was like a female war god. At this moment, Chen Yu's main body in the number 1 mothership suddenly heard a prompt from the smart brain. Captain, after testing, the other party is a stage 2 intermediate life form in the starry sky, and can already release powerful cosmic energy. She has a special weapon that can transmit and release energy, which can increase the energy release level and greatly increase the attack power. Oh, that's interesting, there is such a weapon, I didn't expect that I would encounter a real high-level cosmic life form. In the banquet hall, Solala stood in front of Sohee to protect him. A group of Messera's guards also raised the laser guns in their hands. A great battle between the two sides was about to break out. Chapter 141. Chen Yu's simulated robots swarmed forward, eager to capture the enemy alive. The Messera's Stars Guard warriors raised the laser guns in their hands and began to fire. A playful look appeared on their faces. How could these lowly civilized humans even think of using their bare hands to deal with warriors wielding laser guns? It was simply laughable, laughable. But soon after, those Messera's Star Warriors were dumbfounded. The simulated robots moved extremely nimbly, with reaction speeds and strength that ordinary Earthlings simply could not possess. For a time, it was actually very difficult for the aliens' laser guns to hit the simulated robots. What, so fast? The Messera's Star Warrior exclaimed in surprise. They didn't dare to be negligent and put all their attention into it. Only then did lasers hit Chen Yu's simulated robots. They originally thought they could blast these Earthlings into dust, but soon after, these Messera's Star Warriors were dumbfounded again. The Earthlings who were hit by their laser guns only exploded in a cloud of smoke. Afterward, the gleaming metal skeleton was revealed. What, these are robots? Solala exclaimed directly. The Messera's Star Warriors began to fire continuously. Although Chen Yu's simulated robots had skeletons made of special metal, they would still be melted after taking a few consecutive laser blasts. It's time to let them see your strength. Capture Sohee Gensarala alive, and kill all the other aliens. The simulated robots' arms opened, extending laser launching gun muzzles, one after another. Immediately, beams of laser light, with power no less than the laser guns in the hands of those Messera's Star Warriors, shot toward them. Boom boom boom. Those alien warriors who were hit were blasted away. Even if the golden battle armor on their bodies wasn't pierced through immediately. When the dense laser beams subsequently hit their bodies, they were directly blown up on the spot. Sohee, who had been calm and composed all along, couldn't help but reveal shock at this moment. How could such a low-level civilization like Earth have such powerful laser weapons? Solala was furious. Damn it, Chen Yu. You lowly earthling, I'll kill you. Solala raised the blue glowing longsword and slashed at the several simulated robots rushing toward him. A fan-shaped energy wave, condensed from bright energy, shot out from the sword's body. Solala was indeed a high-level life form in the mid-stage of Interstellar Stage 2, his speed was like a ghost. His feet stomped on the ground, creating a large pit. In the blink of an eye, he rushed in front of Chen Yu. Chen Yu looked at Solala at close range, only revealing a calm smile. You're still smiling, I'll kill you. Solala slashed down with his sword, and the simulated Chen Yu was directly split in half. Seeing the machine corpse that was still emitting sparks, Solala frowned. He instinctively felt that this wasn't Chen Yu's real body. Solala guessed correctly. A simulated robot next to him, the voice of Chen Yu sounded in its mouth. Miss Solala, I want to see if you can kill all my robots. This was Chen Yu controlling the nearest robot, speaking to Solala. Solala was furious and slashed the talking robot to death again. Immediately, the nearest robot, Chen Yu's cheap voice sounded again. Ah! Chen Yu, I will definitely catch you and then turn you into feed. Solala frantically fought against the dense simulated robots. The guard warriors beside Captain Sohee were almost dead. Just then, Sohee's body also lit up with blue light. It turned out that he was also an interstellar stage 2 life form, and still in the late stage. His strength was even stronger than Solala. His melee weapon was a pair of golden gauntlets, which could increase the power of bright energy release by 50%. So he could be seen wandering among the simulated robots, each punch he threw could emit a fist wave. A robot that took a punch would be knocked into a pile of parts. The two were like killing gods, reaping Chen Yu's simulated robots. Inside the number 1 mothership, Chen Yu looked at the two in surprise. Damn, so strong? I want to see if my so many robots can't kill you too. Robots, give me a full-scale attack. Inside the White House, more robots filed in, now only Sohee and Solala were basically left here. Humph, I didn't expect that Sohee, would suffer such humiliation on a low-level civilized planet. Very good, I want everyone on this planet to be buried with me. Messeras, I am Sohee, immediately launch an attack on the major cities of Earth, I want them to die. Sohee's orders were transmitted to the Messeras home-class mothership. Subsequently, dozens of Messeras warships began to impact toward Earth. At this moment, Chen Yu no longer hid, as early as when he ordered the attack. The 300 attack ships far away on the back of the moon, also rushed towards Earth. They had now reached Earth's orbit. Without saying a word, Chen Yu's attack ships directly launched an attack on the Messeras star warships. Boom boom boom. One after another, energy-rich laser cannons shot towards the Messeras star spacecraft in space. Inside the White House, Sohee and Solala, who were still fighting, received reports from space in the communication devices in their ears. Captain Sohee, we are under attack from a large number of interstellar warships, the other side's numbers are too many, and the power of their laser weapons is no weaker than ours. Sohee's expression became unbelievable. How was this possible? Wasn't this just a low-level civilized planet that hadn't even reached level 1 civilization yet? How could there be interstellar warships with comparable strength to their spacecraft? Sohee and Solala were not in a good place either. Chen Yu's simulated robots were really too many. Moreover, those robots were numerous and powerful. Once they were approached, even interstellar stage 2 life forms could be completely suppressed. In this way, Sohee and Solala were exhausted from fighting. Their physical strength was not unlimited either, after killing several hundred simulated robots. The two finally exhausted the energy in their bodies and were captured alive. And the battle in space continued. People on Earth could see the light produced by those explosions in space. Even more countless wreckage fell to Earth. And the Intelligent Brain's live broadcast to Earth continued. People all over the world saw this tragic battle. Near the center of the Pacific Ocean, Li Qiuxiang on the Liaoning aircraft carrier, watched the live broadcast screen, and then looked at the sky in the direction of the west coast. It was actually possible to see the huge fire in space even in broad daylight. Mr. Chen, he is really the savior of our human race. I said before that he wanted to defect to the aliens. I am really ashamed. All over the world, the rulers of various countries watched the live broadcast screen. They couldn't imagine that Chen Yu actually had so many interstellar warships. And the strength was not weaker than the aliens. It turned out that Earth was already so powerful. With Chen Yu, with Huanyu technology, with the Yangzia people. Then Earthlings don't need to fear aliens. It turned out that the great powers were ourselves. Inside the number 1 mothership, Chen Yu saw the scene of Sohee and Solala being captured, revealing a smile. Intelligent brain, we land. I want to personally meet the Solala chick who wants to kill me. Okay, Captain. Chapter 142. Chen Yu's number 1 mothership slowly descended over the White House. The 10 Messera's star landing ships that had come with Captain Sohee had already returned to space and were engaged in a great battle with Chen Yu's 300 attack ships. At this moment, Sohee and Solara, who had been captured alive and escorted to the lawn in front of the White House, looked extremely disheveled. The golden battle suits they wore were riddled with holes from particle laser guns. Inside the command center of the number 1 mothership, Chen Yu ordered the AI. Turn off the stealth system, I want them to see my strength. Okay, Captain. Successfully disabled the number 1 mothership's stealth system. Instantly, a giant warship, a kilometer in length, appeared out of thin air in the sky above the White House. The light was blocked by more than half, and the entire area turned from day to dusk. Sohee and Solara couldn't help but look up, and when they saw the number 1 mothership gradually appearing in the sky, their eyes widened, staring in disbelief at the huge number 1 mothership before them. Sohee and Solara were humans from a level 2 peak civilization and had seen a lot. The first glance they took at the number 1 mothership, they knew this warship was not simple. Just looking at the dark surface of the spaceship, they guessed that ordinary weapons probably couldn't damage it in the slightest. Especially Solara, the resentment in her eyes was overflowing. Chen Yu, you despicable villain, I'm going to kill you. Solara struggled violently, almost breaking free from the grasp of the several androids behind her. Chen Yu walked up to the two with a playful expression. Solara sized Chen Yu up and down, her eyes showing a glint of light. Yes, it's you, this time it's your real body. Solara used her last strength to break free from the restraints of the robots behind her. Then, quick as an arrow, she rushed towards Chen Yu. Chen Yu narrowed his eyes. Good fellow, you still have the strength to fight, I like this hot alien chick. Solara was puzzled, how could Chen Yu, a mere ordinary human from Earth, not be afraid of her? Good, since you're not afraid of me, I'll kill you. Just then, Sohee's voice rang out from behind. Solara, spare his life for now, capture him alive, I want to know why there are so many warships in space with similar strength to our ships. Solara's expression was somewhat conflicted, but she had to obey Sohee's orders. Chen Yu's lips curled into a smile. Humph, overestimating yourself. A level 2 interstellar life form? Then today I'll show you what a level 3 interstellar life form is. Instantly, a ball of purple energy condensed in Chen Yu's hand, and a purple light shone all over his body. And Chen Yu's body actually slowly floated into the air. Solara's whole body seemed to be frozen in mid-air, and she involuntarily recoiled from the energy radiating from Chen Yu's body. You. Solara looked at Chen Yu in shock. So he was also completely dumbfounded, and he unconsciously muttered. Interstellar, high-level life form, how is this possible, and its purple energy, rumored to only be able to be condensed by those higher life forms of level 5 civilizations, what is going on? Chen Yu didn't know that what he had injected was the level 7 civilization's primary gene modification fluid. It was even more effective than the intermediate and advanced gene modification fluids of these level 2 and 3 civilizations. Therefore, Chen Yu's strength at each star level was comprehensively higher than those of the same star level life forms in lower civilizations. It could also be said that Chen Yu could achieve cross-level combat against these human races of lower civilizations. Chen Yu floated in the air, higher and higher. In these few months, Chen Yu had been painstakingly absorbing cosmic energy to increase the extent of his brain domain expansion. Finally, some time ago, he successfully broke through to the early stage of a level 3 interstellar life form. After breaking through to level 3 interstellar, Chen Yu could actually feel the energy matter that existed outside at all times. And he shockingly discovered that he could control these energy substances, thereby achieving aerial flight. In addition, he could now survive in outer space, exchanging the energy required within his body. He could completely absorb the omnipresent cosmic energy in outer space to achieve this. He could even fly from Earth to the Moon without the aid of a spaceship. This was practically a humanoid spaceship. Chen Yu floated into the air, casually waving his hand, and a purple energy blasted out, heading straight for Solara. Solara, who was already frightened, had no ability to resist. Her chest was struck by the purple energy, and the originally damaged golden battlesuit disintegrated directly on her body, revealing a tight-fitting suit, similar to yoga clothes. Her blood-pumping figure was even more vividly displayed. Solara lay on the ground, spitting out several mouthfuls of blood, this time completely losing her fighting power. After Chen Yu finished posing, he slowly landed on the ground, and the purple light on his body gradually disappeared. He walked to Solara's side and squatted down, playfully sizing up her shapely figure. Not bad, alien chick, such a good figure, this face looks like an elf, I'm going to keep you. Chen Yu's words made Solara so angry that she spat out another mouthful of blood. Chen Yu, who exactly are you? Are you not a native of Earth? Are you a human from a higher civilization? Solara looked at Chen Yu hatefully and asked. Chen Yu reached out a hand towards Solara. Solara instinctively dodged and resisted. Chen Yu grabbed both of her wrists with his other hand, controlling her. Then he reached out and pinched her cheek. Damn, this is the first time I've touched an alien, I'm the first of the Earthlings again, and another big step for humanity. At this moment, Chen Yu's scene was seen by 8 billion people in the split-screen live broadcast around the world. People shouted and screamed at the TV screens, mobile phones, and tablets. Chen Yu, awesome, Chen Yu, awesome. This barrage of comments numbered in the hundreds of millions. Earthlings have become so powerful, that they have reached the point where they can arbitrarily ravage alien beauties. Chen Yu was very curious about Solara's pointed ears. Just like in an advertisement for an Earth game, a silver-haired elf girl holding a bow and arrow as the female lead. Chen Yu was very curious about what Solara's ears felt like. He actually reached out to Solara's ear. Solara shook her head vigorously, struggling, but Chen Yu's power was now very great, holding her in place with one hand so she couldn't move. Chen Yu finally pinched Solara's ear. Only to hear Solara let out a delicate cry. Ah! But this voice was a little improper. Chen Yu rubbed Solara's ear, and his eyes lit up instantly. The touch was warm, smooth, and greasy. Soft and glutinous, making it hard to put down. But Solara's reaction was now great, her whole body had gone limp. Chen Yu was surprised. No way, so sensitive, this alien chick is quite conservative. Or, are ears their fragile organs? As long as you pinch them, they lose their fighting ability? Like when Goku in Dragon Ball was a child, the same principle as when his tail was pinched. Chapter 143. Chen Yu released Solara's ear, but he was still savoring the sensation. Solara paused for a moment, then glared angrily at Chen Yu, her words still harsh. Chen Yu, I'm going to kill you. Actually, Chen Yu didn't know that on Missilas, a woman's ears could only be touched by her husband. They have tens of millions of nerve receptors on their ears, making them extremely sensitive. If a Missilas male forcibly touched a woman's ears there, it would be the same crime as rape on Earth. Just now, Chen Yu had essentially raped this elf-like alien. Solara now utterly hated Chen Yu. Looking at the unruly Solara, Chen Yu revealed a cold smile. Humph, you really want to kill me, right? Too bad you don't have the ability. Thinking of the strength Chen Yu had just displayed, it was simply beyond her reach. Chen Yu released Solara, and several simulation robots restrained her again. Chen Yu then came to Sohi, who was the person he most wanted to capture. Sohi looked at Chen Yu warily. He hadn't expected to be captured on a low-level civilization planet. If this were reported back to his home star, he would probably be laughed to death. Chen Yu, what do you want? You are not an Earth human at all. Captain Sohi, the reason I've captured you today is that I want something from you. Now, immediately order your fleet to stop resisting. Sohi glared at Chen Yu and scolded. Nonsense, impossible. I will never issue such an order. Do you have a choice? Aren't you afraid I'll kill you? Sohi hesitated slightly, but still stubbornly said. Impossible. Our fleet is powerful. Even if you capture me through despicable means, it won't stop my fleet from destroying you Earth humans. Ha 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 ha, Captain Sohi, do you think I'm really afraid of you guys? With a wave of his hand, Chen Yu lowered a super huge light screen from below the number 1 mothership. It was broadcasting the tragic battle in space. More than 300 of Chen Yu's attack ships were fighting against dozens of Missilas star destroyers, landing ships, and exploration ships. Now, the Missile's landing ships and exploration ships, due to their weak combat power, had basically been wiped out. Seeing his fleet rapidly being destroyed, so he trembled all over. But so he also discovered that Chen Yu's spaceship would not actively attack the largest home-class mothership. Instantly, so he understood. Chen Yu, you want my Missile's home-class mothership? Ha 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 ha, Captain Sohee, you are so smart. As long as you cooperate with me, I will spare your life. So he trembled even more violently. You're daydreaming. What you're doing is the same as killing me, and I will be judged by the Missile's interstellar court. So, are you saying you won't agree? I can't agree. If I agree, I will die. In his mind, Chen Yu asked the intelligent brain. Intelligent brain, what is the probability that we can take down the mothership without damaging the warp engine of that home-class mothership? Captain, if we destroy all other Missile's warships and then fully attack their home-class mothership, there is a 70% probability of destroying their mothership without damaging the warp engine. Only 70%. That means there's roughly a 1/3 chance that the warp engine will also be destroyed. Sigh, the probability is a bit low. If we can't acquire the warp engine this time, I don't know how long we'll have to wait if we want to travel to the stars. If we can't travel to the stars, and can't find those more complex elements, I won't be able to acquire the contents of the spaceship's higher technology library. When a higher civilization fleet arrives, our Earth will really be in danger. So, Captain, what do you want to do? I'll chat with Sohee again. Ending the connection with the intelligent brain, Chen Yu glared at Sohee. I'll give you one last chance. If you give me this home-class spaceship, I can spare your life. You can work for me and don't have to return to your home star. That way, you won't be judged. Sohee was caught in a dilemma, and Chen Yu just looked at him with a faint smile. Just as Chen Yu's attention was diverted, Sohee burst out with amazing power. Throwing off the robots that were restraining him, now that he was so close to Chen Yu, he was confident that he could kill Chen Yu in one move before Chen Yu could react. Although Chen Yu was a high-level life form, it was hard to say without any precautions. So he had no choice, he could only gamble once. In the blink of an eye, while Chen Yu was stunned, Sohee came before him. Chen Yu cursed inwardly, not good, the dog day traitor, trying to drag him down even at death's door. Chen Yu did relax his vigilance, but the intelligent brain on the number 1 mothership floating above his head was constantly vigilant about the safety of its captain. Just as Chen Yu was condensing the purple energy in his hand, a beam of grey dark energy ions shot down at the speed of light from the bottom of the number 1 mothership. Just as Sohee was only half a meter away from Chen Yu, the beam hit Sohee. Covering his entire body, Sohee didn't even make a sound, and the whole person was dragged into the beam, leaving nothing behind. Chen Yu watched Sohee with his own eyes, his body becoming distorted before his eyes, and then disappearing in the blink of an eye as if he had been dragged into a black hole. Chen Yu took a step back, feeling lingering fear, and asked the intelligent brain. Damn, what is this ray? So scary. Captain, I just detected that you were in extreme danger, so I used the dark energy laser. This beam can instantly neutralize the target with dark energy, directly annihilating it in the universe. This was originally a weapon that you were not authorized to use, but just now your life was in danger, so I used it once as an exception. Chen Yu's eyes lit up. Intelligent brain, a person's bottom line is gradually lowered. You can even use weapons that I'm not authorized to use as an exception, so why don't you give me access to the high-level spaceship technology library as an exception? Captain, you Earthlings are indeed greedy. I can't do that. I also have program limitations. Chen Yu was speechless. Just now, Solara saw her captain being split into nothingness. She couldn't even feel the atoms left behind by Sohee. It was as if the Missile's person named Sohee had never existed in this world. She looked at Chen Yu tremblingly, watching him seem to be thinking about something there. Actually, Chen Yu was communicating with the intelligent brain. After Chen Yu finished communicating with the intelligent brain, he looked at Solara. Okay. Now that Sohee is dead, he brought it upon himself. I didn't want to kill him, but he wanted to kill me, so he was killed by my spaceship's automatic defense function. So you can't blame me. Solara had already begun to feel frightened. She didn't want to die either. The Missile's people had a lifespan of hundreds of years. If they had enough galaxy coins, they could obtain higher gene modification potions and even live longer. Especially since she had just seen Sohee being sucked into the distorted space and dying out of nowhere. She was a little scared. Chen Yu, what do you want? Miss Solara, now that Sohee is dead, can you control that home-class spaceship? Chapter 144. Sohee was overconfident and was killed directly by an dark energy ray fired from Mothership 1. Now, Chen Yu could only focus his attention on Solara. If he were to attack that home-world-class spaceship, if he accidentally destroyed the warp engine, Chen Yu's goal of interstellar travel would be delayed indefinitely. Chen Yu crouched down next to Solara, raised her chin, and asked, word by word. Solara, no matter what, you're still the vice captain. Now that your captain is dead, you should be able to order the soldiers on your home-world-class spaceship to stop, right? Solara's face was filled with fear, seemingly not yet recovered from the horror of Sohee's annihilation. Seeing that Solara was indeed frightened, Chen Yu sighed and continued. Solara, I won't kill you, don't be so afraid. Chen Yu gave a gentle smile. Perhaps sensing the decrease in Chen Yu's murderous aura, Solara slowly regained her senses. Chen Yu, I will not submit to you. Are you really not afraid that I'll kill you, leaving you without even dust? You can kill me. Anyway, if I listen to you, I won't escape the judgment of the Messera's interstellar court. Chen Yu sighed, holding his forehead. Didn't I say? As long as you submit to me, I can save your life. Your Messera's star, a mere level 3 civilization, can't possibly capture anyone from my hands. Chen Yu's confident words astonished Solara. You don't even care about a level 3 civilization, could it be that you come from a higher civilization? Chen Yu is now an interstellar stage 3 initial life form. Logically speaking, he can be considered a higher life form. So, he used a ploy and followed Solara's thoughts, saying, yes. That's about right. You saw it just now, I am a high-level interstellar life form. Look at the spaceship above your head, it is also a product far superior to your planet's spaceships, so you should believe now that I can save you, right? Solara's eyes were darting around, seemingly struggling. Chen Yu pressed on while the iron was hot, saying, think about it, you've already fallen into my hands, death is inevitable. If you follow me, I can take you to travel the stars and make you a higher-level interstellar life form. Your home star is just an ordinary planet that is less than a level 3 civilization. Compared to my future goals, it's like comparing a firefly to the bright moon. Do you want to be just a low-level civilized human for the rest of your life, or do you want to become a future overlord controlling thousands of starfields? Chen Yu used the motivational tactics of Earth's pyramid schemes, and Solara's eyes actually lit up. Seemingly making some kind of decision, Solara looked up at Chen Yu's determined face. Okay, I'll help you, but you have to promise me 2 conditions. Oh. Okay, as long as it's not too much, you can ask. Solara pursed her lips and said. The first condition is that I will have them stop attacking, but you must spare the lives of my clansmen. Chen Yu patted his chest and guaranteed, okay, I can use them, what's the second condition? Solara's eyes became tangled, her expression also very shy, struggling for a long time, she stammered. You've already done that to me, I'm already your person, so you must marry me. Chen Yu scratched his ears, confirming that the sound coming from Solara's throat translation machine was something he could understand. What? Miss Alien, do you know what you're saying? I just pinched your face and ears, and that's enough to make me marry you? Do you know that on Earth, marriage is a big deal? Solara's expression became resolute. You've already done that to me, my ears have been rubbed by you, and you don't want to take responsibility? If that's the case, I'd rather die. Chen Yu keenly noticed the meaning in Solara's words, so he asked. You said my ears were rubbed by you? You want me to take responsibility for you? Can you tell me why? Why what? Our Messera's people's ears have tens of millions of neurons that can communicate with their loved ones at a deep soul level. You are the first man to rub my ears, so I can only marry you. Chen Yu's eyes widened instantly. Damn it, he didn't expect his whim to actually insulted the innocence of an alien beauty, what a sin, what a sin. Solara said without even thinking. Of course, it's monogamy. When civilization reaches a certain level, men and women are equal. It's impossible to let you men marry multiple wives. Chen Yu almost vomited blood, thought about it, and his eyes lit up. Solara, since you want me to marry you, you have to follow our Earth customs. We Earthlings can have multiple wives, so I can marry you, but I can also marry other Earth women, do you understand? Chapter 145. Anyway, some countries on Earth have a polygamous system. When the time comes, Chen Yu can just run over there to get married, wouldn't that solve the problem? Chen Yu sighed, feeling that he was truly smart and perfect. If it really doesn't work, Chen Yu, as the Earth's leader, can issue a law for himself, allowing him to marry multiple wives. He. Solala's face flushed red, and her chest was constantly rising and falling. Humph, as expected of a low-level barbaric civilization, actually still practicing polygamy, ignorant and foolish. Chen Yu didn't speak, letting Solala digest his meaning herself. After a long while, Solala sighed. Okay, I promise you. Since it's your custom, I accept it, but you must promise me never to abandon me. Chen Yu stepped forward and held Solala's hands, his expression very sincere. Okay, I promise you. Solala is so beautiful. Chen Yu really hasn't seen many women on Earth with such beauty as Solala. The key is that this girl has a height of 1.8 meters and a figure that is both curvy and makes people's blood boil. Chen Yu has been coveting her ever since he saw her. If he could become husband and wife with her, wouldn't he be able to revel every night? However, Chen Yu thought of a key question. Solala is an alien. He doesn't know if the way she plays cards is the same as humans. He'll find her to verify it later. Chen Yu thinks that since they are both from the human race, the way they play cards should be similar. Solala, order your battleships to stop. If you keep fighting, your star destroyers will soon be all used up. Solala looked at the fierce battle still taking place on the huge light screen behind Chen Yu and took a few deep breaths. She made up her mind and said into the communicator on her throat. Attention, all personnel of the Mesola's fleet, listen up. Captain Sohi has sacrificed himself. I, Vice Captain Solala, will take over as captain. I now order all Mesola's fleet to cease attacking, and await my next order. While Solala was contacting the Mesolas to cease fire, Chen Yu also instructed the intelligent brain to stop attacking in his mind. Chen Yu's remaining 200 attack ships also collectively retreated to a safe position. Soon, Solala's order took effect, and there were no more explosions or lasers in the space station. Both sides retreated tens of thousands of kilometers away and confronted each other. Okay, I've done what you wanted me to do. Solala said. Chen Yu can't fully trust Solala now, after all, she was still shouting and killing just now, wanting his life. Okay, I'll take you back to my number 1 mothership to recuperate. You have the people on the Mesola's mothership open the core intelligent control permissions, and I will have my intelligent system access your ship's control system. Solala, who was bound by several simulated robots, looked at Chen Yu with a serious expression. Can I trust you? Solala asked hesitantly. Chen Yu took a step, leaned forward, and got very close to Solala. Then he reached out and rubbed her ear again, and Solala began to tremble all over. Didn't you say that there are tens of millions of sensory neurons on your ears? You should be able to feel my sincerity. Chen Yu then let go, thinking that this matter was on their Mesola's star. It's like playing cards at night, it's really not suitable to do it in broad daylight. Chen Yu coughed. Okay, as long as you can feel that I want to be good to you, as long as you stay by my side obediently, I won't let you regret it. The way Solala looked at Chen Yu had already changed. Since this is her man, it's already destined. Then she won't struggle anymore. After all, Chen Yu's male biological information has already left an imprint deep in Solala's soul through the nerve cells on her ears, which is much more effective than taking a first blood on Earth. Solala followed Chen Yu to the number 1 mothership. Chen Yu took her to the medical bay. Seeing the interior of Chen Yu's number 1 mothership, Solala was shocked. The technology that their level 2 peak civilization doesn't have is everywhere here. Chen Yu, what level of civilization is your spaceship a product of? Chen Yu smiled faintly. Hehe, you will naturally know in the future, as long as you follow your husband obediently, you will have good days. Solala didn't ask any more questions. This might be Chen Yu's secret, or perhaps she would naturally know it in the future. The reason why Chen Yu didn't tell Solala now was also because he hadn't fully trusted her yet. He just needs to make her feel that he is very powerful. Chen Yu himself can only obtain some permissions within this level 7 civilization mothership. The technology library and weapon library cannot be fully opened yet. He can't be complacent now. Taking Solala to the medical bay, seeing the sci-fi medical platform, Solala was immediately shocked. She had the honor of seeing the medical bay of a level 4 early civilization. Their medical platform didn't look as advanced as this. Could it be that Chen Yu's spaceship is a product of a level 4 mid-term or even late-term civilization? Solala didn't dare to think about level 5 civilization, because there are only 3 major level 5 civilizations in the galaxy. Their power is something Solala can't even imagine. Moreover, once they reach level 5 civilization, they can master some technologies that are difficult for them to understand. Destroying a star system is nothing to them. If Solala knew that Chen Yu's spaceship was a product of level 7 civilization, she didn't know if she would be frightened. Lie down on it, my medical bay should be able to repair the injuries on your body. Solala excitedly lay down on the medical platform, and a glass cover slowly fell, covering her. Intelligent brain, conduct a comprehensive examination of Solala, repair the injuries on her body, and also, measure her DNA information, compare it with Earth people, and check whether there is reproductive isolation with us humans. Chapter 146. Okay, Captain, scanning Solala, repairing the injuries on Solala, determining DNA information, comparing, checking for reproductive isolation with Earthlings. Chen Yu curiously looked at Solala inside the glass. At this moment, it was filled with a milky white liquid, with Solala faintly visible inside. She closed her eyes, appearing very calm, and the machine tentacles had completely removed her clothing. Now, Solala's perfect body was faintly visible in the special repair liquid, breathtakingly beautiful. Chen Yu couldn't help but stare, marveling in his mouth. What a figure straight out of an anime model, looking forward to it. He. After about an hour of repair, all the wounds on Solala's body had healed, without a trace of scars. Now she lay in the medical pod like a sleeping beauty. Captain, Miss Solala's body has been completely repaired, even the hidden injuries she had before have been completely repaired, her body has been restored to its peak. After a full body examination of Miss Solala, the reproductive system is similar to that of Earth women, but they have more sensory organs, such as ears. Then is there reproductive isolation with Earth men? Captain, after determining Miss Solala's DNA, her DNA similarity to the Earth human race is only 95%. The DNA similarity between humans and chimpanzees is 98%. So, Captain, you and Miss Solala are both human, but you cannot conceive naturally. You and Miss Solala both have a set of genes that were produced after you ascended to the second level of interstellar life. As long as you reach the middle stage of interstellar life in the future, this gene will allow you to jointly conceive life. Chen Yu's eyes lit up. Damn, there's such a thing. Yes, in fact, in the universe, there are thousands of carbon-based human civilizations. Although they are all called human, the genetic differences between them are equivalent to 2 species, but as long as the life form advances, a gene of higher life will be produced in the body. As for where this gene comes from, our level 7 civilization has not studied it clearly. It may be the work of level 8, 9, or 10 god-level civilizations, or perhaps, only by constantly advancing the level of life and improving the degree of the brain domain can we reach the threshold of god-level civilization. Chen Yu nodded, seemingly understanding the intelligent brain's words. To improve the level of civilization, one must improve their own level of life. For example, Earthlings, the world's technology is now encountering bottlenecks, because the brain domain development of Earthlings is only about 3% on average. It is basically impossible to study more complex scientific and technological technologies. Only higher life forms, with improved brain domain and their own strength. The lifespan is also greatly extended, so it is possible to research more powerful technologies. Chen Yu's current brain domain expansion has reached 9.38%, and is just around the corner from 10%. His current brain is equivalent to an advanced computer. Those age-old problems on Earth can be easily calculated in Chen Yu's mind. The milky white nutrient solution in the medical pod slowly flowed back to the hole at the bottom, revealing Solala's perfect body, but what surprised Chen Yu even more was that Solala's skin had now become fair and translucent. Intelligent brain, wasn't Solala's skin a little greenish before? Why is it now similar to that of Earth women, and so translucent? Captain, I just made a small modification to her genes. Moreover, their original skin was originally this color, but the sun of their Mesola's star is an old red dwarf star, and her planet is closer to the red dwarf star, which will release more X-rays, so on their planet, a little green skin is more sun-resistant. Now it is not necessary, I have corrected her genes, and it can also become the skin color you like. He he he. Intelligent brain, you really understand me. That's right, after all, the intelligent brain has studied the skin color and videos of the young ladies you watched on short videos, as well as the heroines in the action movies on your computer. Okay, stop talking, I've told you a long time ago, don't go online if you have nothing to do, those are all dregs, by the way, don't look at my browser history next time. Okay, Captain, but the intelligent brain can't help it. Damn. The glass slowly opened, and Chen Yu stepped forward in surprise. The machine tentacles next to him skillfully installed a converter on Solala's throat. Without this translation converter, Chen Yu couldn't understand what Solala was saying. Chen Yu planned to wait for the intelligent brain to control the Mesola's home-class mothership. Invade their central intelligent control system and obtain their language information. With Chen Yu's current brain domain development, learning a language would only take 2 or 3 days. Then he could communicate directly with Solala without relying on a translator. Solala slowly opened her eyes, then propped herself up. She raised her hands, looking at her changes. My skin, how did it become this color? Isn't this the skin color only possessed by the royal family of our Mesola's star? Could it be that I am a princess who has been lost for many years? Chen Yu almost fell to the ground with a puff. This little girl has such a rich imagination. You're awake, how do you feel? Chapter 147. Solara was still immersed in the joy of her skin's transformation. On their Mesera's star, only the most esteemed members of the royal family carried the genes for fair skin. Therefore, on their planet, possessing fair skin was the dream of every Mesera's star woman. And every woman with fair skin held an incredibly noble status. Now, looking at her own fair and radiant skin, Solara had completely forgotten about being Chen Yu's captive. Chen Yu, standing to the side, stared at Solara's perfect figure with shining eyes. The thought of her being his wife filled Chen Yu with an unusual excitement. It was like having a perfect woman who stepped out of a 3D animation, which man wouldn't be thrilled? Seemingly sensing a pair of fiery eyes watching her, Solara suddenly realized she wasn't wearing any clothes, and her entire face flushed red. She instinctively hugged her chest, but it was essentially self-deception, as it barely covered anything. Seeing Chen Yu's nose about to bleed, Solara furrowed her delicate brows. What are you looking at? Quickly, give me clothes. Chen Yu sniffed, his nose feeling a bit dry from the surge of blood earlier. He quickly grabbed Solara's tight-fitting suit, resembling yoga wear, from the side. Solara took the clothes, quickly covering her chest, and glared at Chen Yu, scolding. You're still looking? Turn around now. Chen Yu rolled his eyes and had no choice but to obey Solara's words, turning his back. But the image of Solara putting on her clothes was clearly playing on his retina. Damn! If I had such a wife before, others would probably be envious to death. Slurp. Chen Yu almost drooled. After Solara put on her tight-fitting yoga suit, she called out. You can turn around now. Solara looked around at herself and said in annoyance. My golden battle suit was destroyed by you, do you know how expensive that suit was? Chen Yu scratched his head. Don't be so stingy, I'll make you an even better one later. By the way, you can give me the Central Intelligent Control System permissions for the Mesera's home-class mothership. Solara was still a little hesitant. Once this permission was handed over, Chen Yu would essentially control the life and death of her crew. She was still a little worried and asked. Chen Yu, do you really deserve my trust? You won't kick us away after we've served our purpose and kill us all, will you? Chen Yu was speechless. He directly stepped forward and wrapped his arm around Solara's swan-like, fair, and slender neck. Then, he bit her elven-like ear. Solara instantly stiffened this time, because she could feel more soul-level information from her ear. She could feel Chen Yu's affection for her, that Chen Yu wouldn't hurt her, and even wanted to cherish her. Solara opened her arms, hugged Chen Yu, and felt the aura on Chen Yu's body with her heart. This was a method for Mesera's star women to feel whether their husbands loved them. Solara originally looked anxious, but gradually, her face began to relax and become joyful. Because she could feel Chen Yu's mood. Feeling it was about time, Chen Yu released Solara. Now, can you feel my attitude towards you? Solara's small face was flushed, and her chest rose and fell, her perfect figure like something out of an anime. Chen Yu, I believe you. I could feel your emotions for me just now. Good, then instruct your crew to open the core control permissions of the spaceship and release the connection signal. Okay, I'll contact them now. Solara pressed the communicator on her throat and spoke a string of their Messera's star language. Okay, the control system permissions of the spaceship have been opened, what do you want to do? Are we going to the Messera's now? Chen Yu revealed a relieved smile and said. No need, just do as I say, and I have a way to control the spaceship. Afterward, Chen Yu immediately communicated with the AI in his mind. AI, the core operating permissions of the Messera's home-class mothership have been opened, you can access it now. Okay, Captain, I am connecting to the other mothership's signal, connection successful, infiltrating the core operating system, infiltration successful, acquiring the spaceship control permissions, acquisition successful. Captain, I have completely controlled the Messera's home-class spaceship. Good job, AI, we can finally embark on an interstellar voyage. Chapter 148. Captain, according to my comprehensive scan of this spaceship's systems, the warp engine of this Messera's home-class mothership can achieve a speed of 300 times the speed of light, only reaching the first cosmic velocity. Although it's slow, it's extremely valuable to us right now. The first cosmic velocity here is not 7.9 km per second on Earth, but the universally used 300 times the speed of light. By the way, AI, do you think we can use the raw materials from the warp engine of this Messera's mothership to repair the engine of our mothership No. 1? To drive the warp engine of mothership number 1, more of this strange energy material is needed. I understand, AI. It seems we must go to the edge of a black hole to collect enough raw materials. Fortunately, according to the latest data from the AI's gravitational wave detector, the nearest black hole to Earth is only 200 light-years away. Next, we'll take down this home-class mothership. Then we can go to the edge of that black hole to collect those strange energies. Solara looked at Chen Yu, who was lost in thought, and stepped forward to take his hand. Chen Yu, what are you thinking about? Chen Yu then stopped communicating with the AI. It's nothing. I've already taken control of your home-class mothership. Solara was surprised. What did you say? You've already taken control of our Messera's home-class mothership. Yes, I used the intelligent operating program on the spaceship to invade your Messera's. Now everything about it is in my control. Solara was incredulous. How did you do it? To be able to invade the intelligent control terminal of a spaceship. It's all thanks to you. Without you releasing the spaceship's control permissions, even if I were a god, I wouldn't be able to invade it out of thin air. Obviously, this has already involved Solara, the cognitive limit of this level 2 peak civilization's human race. Chen Yu possesses a level 7 civilization's AI system, which can invade the intelligent control systems of all spaceships below level 7 civilization. But it also requires the spaceship to open its permissions. This is like a computer or mobile phone that is not connected to the internet or releasing Wi-Fi to the outside world. Other devices cannot establish a connection with it out of thin air, so they cannot control it. Next, Chen Yu took Solara and returned to the Universal Technology Park in a landing craft. He found a suitable set of clothes for Solara, as he couldn't let her walk around everywhere in a tight yoga suit. Is this your home? No, this is my technology park, the place where I build spaceships. Your robots are not something that a planet like Earth, which hasn't even reached level 1 civilization, could possess. You're hiding a lot of things from me, aren't you? Chen Yu took Solara's little hand and said gently. Don't worry, you'll slowly understand in the future. Solara no longer pressed Chen Yu. The two discussed resting on Earth for a day before going to space and boarding the Messera's home-class mothership. At this moment, deep in the Pacific Ocean, Mr. Trump was watching the global live broadcast that Universal Technology was still conducting. The interstellar war in space had stopped, and the two sides' spaceships were confronting each other tens of thousands of kilometers apart. It seemed that the two sides had reached some kind of agreement. Then, a man in a black suit came to Trump's side and bowed to report. Mr. Trump, the advanced gene warriors we sent to disrupt the White House have been completely annihilated. Trump frowned and said. Completely wiped out? My lovely children. You are all heroes. Sir, most of our advanced warriors were killed by the spaceship's defense systems when attacking those alien spaceships, and some were killed by Chen Yu's robots. They completed their mission very well. I will remember them. Sir, the leader of the advanced gene warriors transmitted a video before his death. I think you should take a look, Trump raised an eyebrow. Play it quickly. The man in black inserted a storage device into the screen on the wall. Then, he started playing the video. The scene was Chen Yu fighting Sohee and Solara on the lawn in front of the White House. Trump watched the video intently, seemingly not wanting to miss a single frame. When he saw Solara breaking free from several robots and rushing towards Chen Yu, determined to kill Chen Yu, Trump instinctively stood up and leaned towards the screen, wanting to see clearly what would happen. When he saw a scene in the video, the red wine glass in Trump's hand fell to the ground uncontrollably. Chapter 149. Trump actually saw Chen Yu emitting purple light, his entire being floating slowly into the air in an unbelievable manner. Then, a purple energy ball condensed at his fingertip, and after Solara was hit, the golden armor on her body was shattered. Trump could see how terrifying Chen Yu's attack was. But what shocked Trump even more was that Chen Yu could actually fly. However, he obviously didn't believe it, he only thought Chen Yu was wearing an anti-gravity flight device. And the energy that Chen Yu unleashed could shatter the alien's golden armor. That was alien armor, how did Chen Yu do it? Also, Chen Yu could condense purple energy in his hands. Could it be that he had also undergone genetic enhancement? Why was it purple? And that power was definitely stronger than the orange energy he could condense. Chen Yu, you really are lucky to have obtained an alien spaceship and even a superior genetic modification fluid. If I had obtained those things, I would definitely do better than you. Trump resentfully finished watching the video. Sir, what should we do next? Immediately shield all signals from our giant submarine, and then leave here at full speed. This video was able to be transmitted back to us, so Chen Yu may have already discovered it. He will definitely follow this signal to search for us. Okay, Mr. Trump, I will order a full-speed departure from this sea area and head to the deeper seabed cliffs below. Good, you may leave. After the man in the black suit left, Trump narrowed his eyes, and orange flames flickered in his hand. Chen Yu, why are you so strong? Is there an even higher level of genetic modification agent? Humph, I must obtain it. A day later, Chen Yu took Solara to visit the factories in the Huanyu Science and Technology Park, including the underground shelter base. When she learned that Earth's star, the Sun, was becoming volatile, Solara couldn't help but worry about the future of Earth. Fortunately, after seeing Chen Yu's underground shelter base, which was almost no different from the surface, and even more advanced, Solara breathed a sigh of relief. She didn't want to lose her home just after finding a husband. At the appointed time, Chen Yu took Solara on a landing craft straight to the Messera's home-class mothership. When Chen Yu's landing craft approached the Messera's, inside the mothership's command room, several high-ranking Messera's officials were watching a spaceship gradually approaching on the screen. Originally, the mothership's automatic defense system would have destroyed this spaceship, but the mothership showed no reaction. Attention all Messera's crew members, open the spaceship carrying bay door, and everyone gather there. An Earth spaceship I am on is about to enter the carrying bay. The high-ranking crew members in the command room didn't dare to disobey Solara's order. Now that Solar was dead, she was the commander. Everyone, except for the more than 300 Messera's people who died in the space battle with the Earth fleet. The remaining 1,100 crew members all gathered in the giant carrying bay. This was where the Messera's home-class mothership docked small spaceships. The huge carrying bay door slowly opened, and Chen Yu's landing craft was already waiting at the entrance. After the door was fully opened, the landing craft slowly entered. Compared to the giant home-class spaceship, Chen Yu's landing craft was like a mosquito entering the interior of the spaceship. Inside the mothership, there was an artificial gravity system. The landing craft slowly landed on the largest flat ground, surrounded by Messera's people. The landing craft door slowly opened, and Solara was the first to walk out. When thousands of Messera's people saw Solara as she was now, they all stared in surprise. Because Solara's skin was now fair and translucent, as smooth as jade, like a work of art. Immediately, everyone whispered to each other. A deputy of Solara's walked forward in shock, saying incredulously, "Captain Solara, what happened to your skin?" Solara smiled confidently. She said loudly to all the crew members of the Messera's. "Everyone has seen that my skin color is now light, which means that I have the genes of the Messera's royal family. This represents that my identity is noble and inviolable. Now I announce that we will cooperate with Earth. Do you have any objections?" Several deputies stood up, questioning with doubt. "Vice Captain Solara, we came to colonize Earth, so how did it become cooperation with Earth? Yes, Vice Captain Solara, the Earth fleet destroyed dozens of our warships. Our hatred with the Earthlings is irreconcilable. We must not cooperate with Earthlings. We are a high-level civilization approaching level 3. How can we compromise with a level 0.68 civilization like Earth? It's simply a joke. Solara looked at the several high-level deputies who had just spoken. Humph, now that Soar is dead, I am already the captain. You still call me vice captain. Don't you recognize my identity? Besides, I now also have royal genes, and my identity is more noble than yours. If anyone disagrees, they can stand out. The several deputies looked at each other, suddenly finding themselves in a dilemma. Solara continued. Haven't you realized that Earth is not what you imagined? They have a powerful space fleet. If I hadn't reached a cooperation with the ruler of Earth, you would all be annihilated. Humph, I don't believe that we will be defeated by a low-level civilization like Earth. One deputy still gritted his teeth and said. Solara glared at the deputy who spoke. At this moment, the defensive laser in the carrying bay next to them quickly rotated, aiming at the deputy who had just refuted Solara. A large caliber laser beam shot out. Instantly, the deputy who had just refuted Solara was melted into a pile of black charcoal. Immediately, all the crew members looked at their own defensive laser. They didn't understand why the laser on their own spaceship would hit their own people. This was of course controlled by Chen Yu. Now, the entire Messera's home-class spaceship was under his control. He could kill whoever he wanted. Solara glanced back, frowning slightly. Only then did Chen Yu walk out of the landing craft. What Solara didn't know was that the current Chen Yu was just his simulation robot. Chen Yu wouldn't be foolish enough to go to the enemy's spaceship in his real body. Although the spaceship had been controlled, there were still thousands of aliens on it. In case they rioted and insisted on picking up laser guns to fight him, Chen Yu couldn't guarantee that he could escape unscathed. The simulated Chen Yu walked to Solara's side. Solara introduced to all the Messera's people. This is Mr. Chen Yu. He possesses a space fleet that surpasses level 3 civilization. We are no match for him. Therefore, in order for everyone to survive, I have reached a deal with Mr. Chen. From now on, we will all work for Mr. Chen. He guarantees that Messeras will not come to trouble everyone. Chapter 150. Hearing Solara say this, everyone basically understood. Isn't this the same as surrendering and becoming their dog? Immediately, some Mesola's people began to stir again. Then, the defensive laser on the top of their heads precisely shot at those who were dissatisfied and wanted to resist. They were submerged by thick lasers, and in the end, only a pile of coke remained. After continuously killing dozens of people, all the Mesola's people dared not move. Solara pursed her lips and sighed. Everyone listen carefully, we have no choice now. Even if we don't compromise with Mr. Chen, our spaceship will be destroyed by them. The remaining Mesola's people no longer said anything, they were not fools either. Now Earth has more than 200 interstellar battleships left, and their star destroyers are also running out. Once all their star destroyers are destroyed, the remaining home-class motherships are basically sitting ducks. They also couldn't believe that Earth was a planet that hadn't even reached a level 1 civilization. How could they have space battleships similar to theirs? Could it be that the signal sent to their Mesola's star system before was intentionally done by Earth? Then Earth must have hidden its strength. Now that Solara has decided to surrender, they are saving their lives. Seeing that everyone no longer resisted, Solara successfully took over the Mesola's home-class spaceship. Chen Yu followed Solara to the mothership's command center. Chen Yu, I want to ask you, why do you want to get our home-class mothership? With the technology you have, you should be able to build a better spaceship than our mothership. I need to repair my number 1 mothership's warp engine, so I need to go to the vast interstellar space to find raw materials. Then I'll go with you. Okay, of course, you must come with me. Chen Yu didn't want such a perfect woman to be away from him. After resolving the affairs of the perfect Solaras, Chen Yu took Solara back to the Huanyu Technology Park. As for the more than 1,100 crew members on the Mesolas, Chen Yu used landing ships to transport them to Earth in batches. It would be a disaster to leave these people on the mothership. If someone incited resistance, Chen Yu would not be able to stop them in the first place. He was only relieved when he brought them to Earth. As for so many Mesola's people, they are all human races of advanced civilizations. In terms of knowledge reserves and technological skills, they are much stronger than Earthlings. Chen Yu simply arranged for them to go to the Huanyu colony. Underground shelters are also being built there, and they can just participate in the construction. They will be activated when needed in the future. In the newly built Huanyu Technology Building, Chen Yu is communicating with the intelligent brain. Intelligent brain, have you found the people who attacked the Mesola's spaceship outside the White House before? Captain, those people have been completely wiped out. After studying their corpses, I found that they were all Earthlings who had been genetically modified. Moreover, I also found that they are the same organization that attacked and robbed our cargo ships in the Pacific Ocean. Could it be the remnants of the United States? After locking on the signals they sent back, the person who gave them orders is in the Pacific Ocean. Then I sent a frigate to investigate, and their signals suddenly disappeared. Then that's right, it must be the remnants of the old United States. Also, Captain, I want to tell you that I detected from the corpses of those who attacked the alien spaceship that they used a genetic modification agent different from the one previously used by the United States, but it is not considered advanced. At most, it belongs to the early stage of Level 3 technology. The life forms created are at most only at the middle and late stages of Level 1. Their own strength is weak, and their combat power is not as good as when you were at the early stage of Level 1. Oh. It seems that the United States has discovered more than one alien relic. You should send more detection spaceships to fully monitor the Pacific Ocean. That huge submarine should be their lair. Captain, I have already arranged for 3 frigates to patrol the Pacific Ocean continuously. As long as they send signals to the outside world, I can lock on to them. Good. By the way, how is the construction of our quantum communication base station going? I have already sent all the equipment for building the base station into space and are fully assembling it. By then, even if we are on an interstellar voyage, we can still contact Earth at any time. Okay, next, we will fully build interstellar battleships, and also build an Earth defense fleet, which can protect Earth when we leave Earth, especially this time we captured the Mesola's fleet. When they react, they will definitely send an interstellar fleet again. Next, I will establish a huge Earth defense force. When they come again, it will not be so easy to take down Earth. Okay, Captain, next, half of all the resources on Earth will be used to build underground shelters, and the other half will be used to build the Earth interstellar fleet. Chen Yu plans to spend a year building 1,000 Level 3 civilization attack ships. By then, unless Mesolas sends 3 more home-class spaceships to attack Earth, otherwise, they will all be sent back without return. After arranging the plan with the intelligent brain, Chen Yu came to the room arranged for Solara. Seeing Chen Yu come in, Solara happily stepped forward and took Chen Yu's arm. She has now fully entered the role and has accepted that she is Chen Yu's woman. Have you settled down all my people? Don't worry, I let them participate in the construction of the bottom line shelter. I will treat them well. That's good, Chen Yu, thank you. That night, Chen Yu took Solara back to his hometown. Now Chen Yu no longer hides his travels, and his landing ship no longer needs to be invisible. Slowly descending in the garden of his parents' villa, Chen Yu took Solara out of the cabin door. His parents were already waiting in the garden. And his sister Chen Jie, who had learned in advance that her elder brother was bringing an alien beauty home, also rushed back to watch the excitement. Seeing 2 tall figures coming down from the spaceship, Chen Jie's eyes widened. When she saw Solara, the whole family was shocked. This body proportion is too good, right? Those ultimate long legs made Chen Jie envious and jealous. She trotted forward, grabbed Solara's arm, and said happily. You are my brother's alien girlfriend, right? Welcome to my home. In the past few days, Solara has also systematically learned the language of Earth. As an interstellar level 2 life form, and a human race close to level 3 civilization. Her brain domain development is as high as 9.5%, and it only takes 2 days to learn a language. Now she has removed the real-time translator and can communicate with Earthlings without obstacles. Solara didn't expect Chen Yu's family to be so enthusiastic, so she smiled and said. You are Chen Yu's sister Chen Jie, right? Thank you for being so enthusiastic. Chen Jie was very shocked. Solara's own voice was actually very pleasant, crisp, and numb, and she could be a voice actor. Wow, sister-in-law, you can actually speak our language. Hehe, I just learned it in the past 2 days. Chen Jie and her parents were incredible.